This is a comic book fantasy program. People need to realize that this is not a grounded story. The MCU is not a grounded story. It's a fantasy. You got people in iron suits and magical powers. A person who's still grieving over the loss of her dad and her best friend. This tells us the realities of AI coming into place and doing stuff like this, and how the grieving process is something that's ongoing. It just stops. It's an ongoing process.
If you need us, we're there for you. And it's like, I always need you guys. I love that, man. I was like, shit, man, this movie's got me. This movie's got me right now. Like, and that's the same thing we all feel about each other, like friends and family and loved ones. Like, man, it's not about if you need us. Like, I always need you.
Chronic pain is no joke. Like, it makes you wonder, like, what Dad was going through with his back pain, and now it's turned into sciatica. That burden of you're constantly carrying that pain. It's not like it's on and off. It's constant. Like, just a message out there to everybody who's suffering pain continuously is, I feel you. I know what you're going through, because sometimes you're burdening something else extra on the day.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. G-Man and Kibbs, we're back with another episode of movie reviews, of news, all that sort of good stuff. Before we get into it, guys, this podcast is sponsored by Cherish Clicks. See the magic, be the magic. Check the description for more. And let's get into it, man. Kibbs, how you been, man? How's everything?
I'm good, bro. I'm okay. Kids are, as you can hear, they're fighting already. And it's like, Alara, please look after her. Yeah, it's been busy. Summer holiday's been busy. I thought I'd get more rest, but I haven't. It's trying to keep them entertained. So it's been quite tiring. A lot of traveling to like different places and making sure that they do funs and games. And we go into like trampolining and what was the other place we went to? Went to see Sasa in Portsmouth as well, which was quite nice. It was a day trip. It was a day trip because I know what I'm like. I'm not going to be able to stay at other people's houses no more. I'm at that age. If I'm not in my own comfortable space, I'm not going to sleep, full stop. Yeah, getting there, man. You heard the news. I've got arthritis in my neck now. It's just trying to find a journey to try and what can I do to maintain the pain? Because chronic pain is no joke. Like, it makes you wonder, like, what Dad was going through with his back pain, and now it's turned into sciatica. That burden of you're constantly carrying that pain. It's not like it's on and off. It's constant. And now with arthritis, it's the same thing. It's constant. So, like, just a message out there to everybody who's suffering pain continuously is, I feel you. I know what you're going through, because sometimes it can fuck up your mood. You could, you're burdening something else extra on the day. So sometimes you have to be fake, but you don't have to be fake all the time. I can understand situations where, when people ask you, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, I'm fine, but really and truly you're suffering. I want to put more awareness on this at the moment now, because I don't think people know. There's 1 in 5 people in the world that suffer chronic pain. That's a lot of people still, man. 1 in 5 people, that's a lot of people. So like, just more of a awareness, and I know, man, it's like I'm 44 this year. And it's like, oh my God, am I going through all of this shit right now? Borderline, speaking to Yak the other day, we're like borderline cholesterol, borderline high blood pressure. Ahmed already had blood pressure from years ago because he's like 47, 48. But we're just laughing about that. It was like, man, we've come to that age. And now it's like, oh my God, food diaries, what's going to give me inflammation, what's not going to give me inflammation. I had to start last week, like, being strict with myself when it came to training in the morning. So getting them endorphins up in the morning, because give me some sort of good mood feel. So if I don't do push-ups and sit-ups in the morning, if I'm not doing my yoga in the morning, there's not that surge of energy going around. What's up, Baba? Pick something. Go for it. And you just had toast, Dad. Or have some cereal, please. You need some good juices running through your body, man. And I realized that, I think with the past couple of months, again, like on and off training, It's never been consistent. It's like, how do you stay consistent? And sometimes you wake up in the morning, and with us as well, we already suffer. We're sleep deprived as well. Yeah, it's just finding ways. But no, listen, I met some great people a couple of weeks ago on Archer's video shoot, which we've got a new music video that we've directed called We, which was amazing. And it was great to just see us, 20 years in the making. We've always been in like hip hop and UK hip hop and still doing projects together. And he brought back some people I haven't seen in years, bro. But then they gave me some ideas about, CBD patches that I need to try and then herbal medication as well. But I need to find the ramification of taking herbal medication, herbal marijuana without it being, conflicting with what I believe in as well. So that's a different thing. But shout outs to Timmy, because Timmy, I've known you for ages. He lives next to Mum's house as well. Uh, he suffers sciatica and he's got muscle damage in his hands from fighting. And he goes to this African witch doctor in West Green Road, and they give you different types of herbal medication, but it's mixed with. He doesn't use tobacco in his stuff. So it's not like got the THC not THC from the weed, but he smokes. It's going to be hashish with no cigarette, which cigarette always gives you the burn when you smoke. Everybody's going to find out I'm a weed smoker now. And then you've got he uses like, oh man, like herbs, bro. Like tea herbs and stuff like that. Like lemon blend and all of this stuff he was saying. Because I was thinking this guy's smoked like 3 or 4 in the park while we're shooting, and I'm like, I would have been losing on the floor going to sleep right now. But he was energetic, he was happy, he was pain free, and he was like, I don't use cigarette. It doesn't have the THC that normal weed does. Everything is herbal, like proper. This is medicinal use. So I'm not getting that high that people get from when they do smoke. I don't get the munchies that everybody gets. I'm getting physical pain relief through my body. And I'm like, wow, that sounds amazing. So I'm on that route to research that a little bit more to find out more, because my neck is bad. My neck. Arthritis is one of those things where it's just there. Like it's like I've got like a piece of a weight just stuck there. And you feel like you could stretch it and all the rest of it. You can't, man. Like I'm still waiting for the doctors to give me an appointment, because now it's not priority. They know what I've got. But I want to hear what they've got to say and what medication they want to poison me with. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
me, bro. That's
yeah.
me. That's
I
me.
was just
That's
gonna
me. That's
say, be
me.
careful with those painkillers, man, that the doctors
No, I'm
prescribe. I
not
mean,
gonna
look,
take him, bro. I never took it for my back, and I've
yeah,
maintained the pain with my back. Like there's days where it's bad, bad. Like I'm suffering, and yes, it's hurt me. It's actually, I think the past year has hurt me creatively because of burdening that pain all the time, and not being able to accept the fact that this is it, really and truly. For my lower back, that's it. My neck, I'm not sure, but there's pain relief out there which doesn't have to ruin my stomach, and it's not. When we get medication from the doctor, that's just a concealer. It just covers the pain. It doesn't really cure it or do anything for it. But with some of the other medications that we've been looking to, and even with the herbal medication, bro, he's found some joy, which is crazy. And I've got freedom. Because yes, I have my bad days, but most days now, there's days where I'm pain free. And he goes, it's like this weight has been lifted off his body. And I've been burdening that for the past couple of years. And it's like, I don't want that pain no more. Like, what can I do to even just get a day's good sleep? A day's, sometimes I feel like I'm walking and my back's just going to go backwards like when, the goat's leg goes
exorcist.
different ways, like just
Yeah,
bang, like snap in half. Because it can't burden the weight as well, which is difficult. I'm trying to you're trying to do everything at once and you realize you can't. You're not Superman. You can't do it. And even with Superman, he's human still, you know what I mean? You're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna go through things, you're gonna do stuff, and it's like I think that's why that line hit me so much, because it was like we're gonna stumble, we're gonna fall, we're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna do shit, we're still just trying to get, one foot in front of the other just to try and get by and realize those things are going to happen anyway. So I'm on this next journey at the moment now to try and be pain free at least once or twice a week. Swimming, I went swimming. Past 2 weeks, been going swimming with the girls, which has been really good. It does lift pressure off the body. And it's not hard swimming. I'm not like doing laps. I'm just floating in the water just to be kind of like pain free for a little while. But the girls love it. Alara's starting to swim. She's starting to swim really well. Nia, she does like the water. And when I float her on top, she thinks she's Superman. She goes Superman.
Yeah.
But she loves it. She loves the fact when I dip underneath the water and swim underneath, and she's like trying to look for me. I think she'd be a good swimmer. You know, she likes the water,
Oh,
which is
that's
cute,
sweet.
proper cute, proper cute. She'll
Yeah.
have a moment. She'll be like trying to drink that chlorine water. She'll dip
Ugh.
her head down. No, what are you doing there? Which is quite cute. And I'm gonna do more swimming. So once a week swimming. We've scheduled that in once a week. And I didn't even, you don't realize we've been here 8 years, bro. Like a 10-minute walk. There's a leisure center. Not even 10 minutes. Probably 15 minutes. Leisure center down here. No, yeah, it's gone up higher now. About 20 minutes walk.
Hmm.
A leisure center down here, and it's like 18 quid for the whole family.
Oh,
So we all
nice.
swim for 18
Yeah.
quid. So we're gonna get that more in. I need Alara to get more confident in swimming, being in the water as well. Yeah, it's been a busy summer holiday, bro. Not been a. It's been full on. It has been full on, but
Yeah.
loads of new things happening. We're getting there. I saw mum and them lot at there was a party on Saturday at relatives' house, which was funny because they surprised them. Yeah, it's their 50th anniversary. Yeah, so I told Alara and Idris, I was like, scream loud, like when they walk in the door when you say surprise and bro, when they screamed like it was a horror film. I love Idris, man. I love Idris to bits. That boy, I absolutely adore. He's my son, nephew, whatever. Like I adore him. He made me laugh so much that day, man. He's got so much older as well in his conversation.
Oh man.
Uh, yeah, it's been because we didn't. I think we spent back. He went away, and then he stayed at his nana's house. So every time we went to the house, he wasn't there. But to see him that day and the scream they made was so funny, man. Because he likes being silly, which I love. That's me as well. I like being silly. Uh, as much as he finds me annoying, he loves the fact that I could be silly as well. So it was good to see him. Isla as well, super cute. They got to run around for the day as well, and then. I had some beef with Alara a couple of days ago where I was like, wow, that's like, the first time I've been angry with her like properly, which I'm not too proud of. And I was like, how do you keep forgetting? Like, I think so I said that so sorry, we had an argument, we couldn't stop arguing, uh, and then she was just being rude the whole day. And it's like, oh my God, like this girl is not listening to anything. And we've treated her the whole day, We've went to the cafe, she got to bounce around, she's had ice cream, she's not listening. And I was like, man, I feel bad because I had that argument. I went to work that night and I felt bad the whole night. And she felt sad when I left because I didn't say bye to her. Because I was so like pissed off. I was like, I don't want to be this pissed off, but I am pissed off. And it's all right for parents to be pissed off because it's a hard, long day of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you're trying to do the best for them. And they're kids. They're gonna be naughty. They're gonna have fun. But that day I was like, I'm just gonna kick out, man. I'm losing. Like it's hard enough. So shout outs to those parents who single parents or parents just in general looking after 8 kids and the rest of it. I don't even know how our parents did with 4 kids. But even with 2 kids, like Nia is full on, bro. Like she wants to do everything her sister does. She's really independent. And you've seen her communication skills are like doubled the amount that Alara was. She's having conversations, she's like, I'm have so much fun. I'm like, how do you know what you're gonna do? And like, I'm gonna color so much and naughty daddy, naughty dad. Like if I do something silly or if I say a bad word, she's like, naughty daddy. I'm like, how do you know? And then anyway, that Saturday when we took him out to the party, it was me and Alara time, and it was like just having conversations. And she was saying, why are children naughty? And I'm like, because you just start. There's no explanation for it. There's gonna be days where you're going to be amazing and there's going to be days where you're just going to be naughty and you don't listen. There's like You're a kid. There's nothing wrong
Adults are
with that.
naughty too, though.
Yeah,
Why,
exactly.
why are
Yeah,
adults so naughty? And there's more consequences
exactly.
with naughty
So
adults.
exactly. So it's like, don't worry about it. She was like, I always want to be. She said like, I always try and be good with you and mummy, but sometimes I can't listen, and sometimes I'm naughty. And I'm like, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And she goes, and it's weird because she's coming up to 7 now. She knows. She was like, oh, you didn't say bye to me that night. I cried the whole night. I was like, oh, but I said I did come in and give you a kiss before I fell asleep. Every time I come in from work, I always come in to check up on you and give you a kiss. And you said that you love me back as well. So, uh, yeah, kind of father-daughter kind of weekend where reconcile what we're going through. Uh, even though she's naughty. Are you naughty? Don't come in the camera. Say hi, Sasa. That's all right. Go back,
Hey,
go back, go back,
Lala.
go back. No, your face.
Don't put your face.
Can't see your
All right.
face. All right. But yeah, there you go, bro. 20 minutes of me. That's
Big
my life at
update.
the moment.
Well, it's good
How
to
you
hear,
been?
man. It's good to hear. And it's good for me to kind of hear. This is what I'm not involved in on a day to
Mm,
day. This is what I miss so much about not being in the UK. And it hits me every time I was just having a conversation with a friend the other day, and it's the same conversation. It's like, this is what I miss. And I promise not to miss Alara, Isla and Nia's, growing up. And now I'm missing that
yeah.
too, and then it's because life here just doesn't stop. But for
I
me,
know, I know,
yeah,
I know.
listen, man, same thing. My neck, I'm still on the
Mm,
road to recovery. As I speak to you, the tip of my fingers still a little bit still numb. But I mean, I've had to get to
mm,
used to a couple of things. Like I'm trying to keep posture here. I do wear this
yeah.
regularly when I'm not on a call now, just to help with the
Mm.
posture.
Can you
But
get me
it's
a
so
nappy, please?
hard to pull out a posture. And I'm,
Can
now
you
I've had
change it?
to, I don't sleep anyway. Now I'm learning how to sleep without a pillow, which
Thank you.
is uncomfortable, but that's
Yeah.
gonna have to be me from now on, to
Alara, watch
keep
your face.
structure on my
Yeah.
neck and whatnot. So yeah, no, other than that, I'm on the road to recovery. It's been boring not being able to train. Like that's something that as you talked
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
this is what I'm saying. My morning routine, working out and stuff, it was so important because of those endorphins, because of waking up, and getting the blood rushing and just kind of feeling good, achieving a workout, achieving something hard in the morning before you get into work and everything.
Yeah.
And your regular is so important, man, because like once you achieve it, you feel good. That's the first goal you're able to achieve. And I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
been
yeah.
able to do that. But don't get me wrong, I go out for walks in the morning and I do my earthing and I get some sun and I just do some movement, which still helps. But I mean, I know the
Nappy
feeling of
change. Nappy
not been
change.
doing
Go.
that morning
Nappy change.
routine
Go.
and just waking up
Yeah.
and getting straight into stuff. The brain's foggy, the body is foggy. I am not motivated at all. So my morning routine, Monday to Sunday, every day basically, is so important for me to just get the day going. Without that, I'm a mess, and it takes a while for me to just get into routine and stuff. So I hear that, man. I just can't wait for work out again, man. I'm gonna have to like, and again with working out, it's like all the stuff that you're talking about, this is why I'm so strict as much as possible with my diet and with working out because I know as we get older, it's what's going to keep us healthy. I'm trying to avoid, high cholesterol and possible
Yeah, yeah,
diabetes and
yeah.
any sickness because I've been doing that for years. I've tried to avoid all of that stuff, which is why I've been doing it. And alhamdulillah, when I get my blood tested once a year and whatnot, I'm good. Like my last blood test is like, you're good. Couple things you need to kind of fix up on. Iron's always the one.
Mm.
But in general, my diet and everything's good with the fasting, the keto, and I do have my cheat days and stuff. But working out as well, man. This is why it's so important to keep your body structure. I mean, the older we get, man, your body will fall apart, and this is why I do work out. And don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I'm falling apart because I worked out, but that's because of like contact jujitsu and all that sort of stuff and wrestling. I physically, with martial arts and competing and stuff back in the days, I think I really pushed my body. But this is where like, I have to make certain decisions with that. But like my first couple years of training was about competition and I competed and I pushed myself. And then, as I kind of the middle part of training and competed less, I still pushed myself hard. But now I'm at the ages where it should be like, nah, man, let's figure out a routine where yes, you push yourself as much as possible, but it's controlled, and that's where I have to think about with martial arts and jiu-jitsu. But I'm out anyway until like October, like no training at all, and that sucks. But we'll start off slow after that. I can't wait to at least start swimming or something, man. But
Mm.
it's gonna be so important. Right now, I'm literally doing like work, walking, and then like feet work, man. Like literally, because I can't put any strain on the body that could activate the nerves, even though I have been, to be honest, with a little couple things, but regular strain, I can't do that. So I'm just doing like feet workout and ankle stuff and just leg stretches and stuff. But no, I know what that means, man. But with the thing like chronic pain and stuff like CBD, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I've been saying that for ages. It's illegal here, so I don't do it. But there's a CBD cream that they have here, so I bought that for my neck. But any oral CBD is illegal here. But I used to take that when I was in Singapore, when I'm in the UK. Get on that rather than medication and stuff. You don't have to smoke weed or any of that sort of stuff. But like natural stuff, natural keeping your inflammation down, fasting, taking good, like having a good diet, which doesn't include sugars and carb
Mm.
sugars and all that stuff. Like that will help reduce the inflammation in general. And you should even YouTube, you know, you should just YouTube exercises or even YouTube people who have that sort of same sort of chronic pain, be it arthritis in the neck or the back, and see what solutions there are because there's tons of them on YouTube, man, that go beyond doctors' bullshit and whatnot. So there's a lot that you can learn from YouTube and stuff. That's what I'm gonna do for my neck, man. Like I've already seen some exercises what I do where you can kind of get the nerves activated and whatnot to get the blood flow and stuff. I'm gonna carry on and learning more about what I can do for my neck. Like YouTube's a great source, man, because like you can learn so much and you can just but only thing about YouTube, like you have to try and really identify what your thing is and then you have to pick and choose and test things and whatnot and
Oh,
be
can you do
smart
that in
with
the
it.
front room,
But
please?
YouTube's a great source for you to kind of learn about that, man, and put some training. But you need to put the work in. That if you don't put the work in, another 5 years from now, I'm gonna have the same conversation with you, and you're like, yeah, I'm still busted and whatnot.
I've
Like
been
you,
doing it. Yeah.
yeah, you gotta put the work in. Otherwise, like you're not gonna
Nothing's
feel
gonna
it,
happen
man.
and nothing's gonna, yeah, no, exactly. I think it's important that you keep maintaining. I mean, the yoga that I do for my lower back is something that's actually saved my life. If I didn't start doing that from years ago, I don't think mentally I'll be in a good place right now. But that yoga, it makes you break a sweat. It stretches you out really well. And for my lower back, it's perfect. But it's now my neck. It's like there's turns I can't fully do that I was able to do before. And now even I did my first class a couple of weeks ago, which I can't continue because it was too much pressure. But my first BJJ class
You went
that
BJJ?
I
You
did
never
next,
told me
yeah,
this.
there's a place right next to my workplace, under one of the arches that are there that do that training, and I was like, oh, let me come because it'd be great to do before I go into work. I know it'd be sweaty and the rest of it, but I don't interact with people, so it's fine. I can go home and shower after. But I went to one of the classes and it's like, remember when at the beginning you do the crawling on the floor and all of that business to try and get movement, and you drag yourself, bro. My neck couldn't take it, man. I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. Like,
Did you tell him
I'm in
about your
too much.
injury? First of all, I didn't even know you're doing BJJ. And like, second of all, I would say you have to be very careful, especially with neck and back problem, because with BJJ, again, a lot of my
It's
injuries
pressure.
came from
It's
that.
pressure,
It's
yeah.
pressure, and you're going to be on your back. You're going to have weight on top of you. People are going to try and choke you and get in on different angles. So it is very dangerous. I'm not saying don't do it, but did you talk to the coach and the
Yeah,
student
yeah,
like, and
yeah.
tell
So
them
I mean,
like,
that was
I want
during the stretching at the beginning, and I told him that, no, I mean, way before I told him that, I've started to get neck pain, but I don't know what it is. I'm still waiting for it to be diagnosed, but I've got this lower back issue. And he goes, no, that's fine, and we'll cater the training to suit how it feels for you. But then, bro, I couldn't even last 30 minutes, man. My neck was playing up so much. I was like, dude, I'm gonna have to stop. Like, I can't keep up. So I need to find something else that I can. You know what it is, bro? Because I know I like to self-train. I'm just gonna I'm gonna join up to. I stopped the gym because of my lower back. But I'm gonna go back and just do low training and just do martial arts in the boxing room and just keep movement. I need movement, so I'll continue to do that.
yeah,
Any
like I said,
classes
you could.
where I just
Yeah.
felt like it was too heavy for my neck until
Man, I listen, man. I would love for you guys to do jiu-jitsu. It's like it's one of the best. But like with your issues and based on what I've been going through, like at this stage, I wouldn't recommend it unless you done like a one-on-one or if there was a class for
hmm?
older people, something like that, right? You can't be a 40-year-old something man with injuries and stuff and then going into a class with youngsters and stuff. It's difficult.
Yeah,
And you can't keep telling this is what I'm trying to say. Like I've probably made a decision that I might not go back to a class anymore, but just do PTs or find classes
yeah.
that for older people because they have those sometimes as well. Because I can't risk
That's not right.
rolling with a younger person and they just go crazy and try and submit me and I'm trying to fight back and then I have more injuries and stuff. And I can't tell every student, oh, I got an injury, don't do this. So I don't want to be that guy. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult at this age and especially with injuries to do it. But like I said, YouTube can be your personal trainer and you can type in your diagnosis and work around exercises around that and all that sort of stuff. And do your own training. I mean, that's what's going to
Yeah, yeah.
be.
I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna find a routine and kind of go from there.
Yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, no, I mean, look, training's important, man. I mean, with myself, we're in the, like I said, my life's been busy as well. It's not just with the injury and stuff. I'm trying to keep my posture. As I talk, we're moving, so I've been doing a packing. You'll notice the Batman's gone. I
My
spent the
man's gone.
whole
Yeah.
weekend, man, piece by piece, trying to put it back. I hope it's in the boxes there. Inshallah. I mean, there was one little chip on his leg that upset me, man, but I was able to fix it and it wasn't in a really visible spot. But even with the Punisher, I broke his gun. I was just trying to move it and think I broke his gun. So annoying, but I could fix it anyway. It's not that noticeable. And I'm just hoping, the
That's the
Batman
thing
and stuff,
about collectibles.
so tough, man. I mean, like, I packed the Batman. I'm gonna pack these away, and the thing is, I won't be able to display them for many, many years now. Because where we're moving to, we won't have space in our apartment where we moved to that we bought. We probably won't have space. So it'll be a while, man, since I display these again. And it's a little bit like, man, these are my collectibles. I love them, but I don't know. Inshallah, they'll be safe as well. I'm just kind of worried about hopefully
No, they'll be if
stuff.
they're boxed up properly in the polystyrene in the bags and everything,
Hope
it'll be
so,
fine,
man.
bro. I
The
mean,
Batman
look at
cape
some of the
before.
collectibles I got up in there, bro. Like I was forgot. Like I was like, hold up. I got the battle damaged Iron Man. I'm like, oh my God, that's been up there since. I haven't even opened it. So I checked it the other day and it's fine. It's perfect, man. And I'm like, again, space, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah,
where do you
that's what
put
it
it? But I
is.
would
I
like
mean,
just keep
I'm gonna have to store these in outside in the heat. Like that's what my concern is. But hopefully, it should be okay. I'd have to buy like a tent or something like that for it. Um, but yeah, it'll be many
store it
many
outside
years.
in a tent. What do you mean?
Well, in the garden on the balcony, like buy some kind of like tent or some kind of shed or whatever. It's gonna be difficult how I figure that out because I won't be able to store it indoors. There's no space for them indoors. Um, so
So
where we're
what
gonna
about
be.
like, can you get a little shed in there?
I can't not indoors. There won't be space. Outdoors possibly, but there's all
Like a little
restrictions and stuff like
shed.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to figure that out. These boxes are big, obviously, and they weigh 20, 30 kgs, and I've been moving them around. And like I say, like, with my posture, it's been tough. Like doctor's orders, like no working out, no physical working out, but I've had to
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
do all of this stuff and the moving. And the good thing is that's why I'm optimistic that I've not lost any strength. I was able to pick up these boxes worth like 20, 30 kgs, and I'm like, okay, I got strength. So that's good. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I spent the whole weekend. I'm gonna spend next weekend with the Punisher here kind of moving that. But yeah, and then we're gonna go through our move at the beginning of September. So there's a big process. And I was just talking to Jakub yesterday as well on WhatsApp, and I was like, life's good, but life doesn't stop. It's so busy. And I can't even take a moment just to enjoy life. And enjoy life doesn't mean going out having fun. I mean just sitting down and really doing anything without thinking about anything. Like I could play games, I could watch a movie, I could go out for dinner, but not not thinking about, all right, when I get home, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and tomorrow I'm gonna do this. And I mean, like that is always on my mind. Work is so busy at the moment, it's ridiculous. So I just don't have any time. But listen, that's life. Life doesn't stop. That's the end of the day. It doesn't stop for you to like. And the reality of that situation is like, yes, you're trying to work towards a position that it does stop, but that will take years. You know what I mean? And inshallah, I want to have kids as well, so I'm gonna be even busier, right? When that happens, hopefully, inshallah. And but yeah, look, I mean, look, the exciting thing is when you look forward to those mini sort of goals what you do achieve. Like when we do move, we're gonna be moving to such a great area. I can't wait. It's gonna be so exciting. It's gonna be so bring us new life in Dubai. There's gonna be coffee
Mm.
shops and great restaurants around and stuff like that. I really can't wait. It's where Mabs lives as well. So we've got friends around the corner, coffee shops at the bottom of the flat where Elia can go during the day, so she's not stuck at home all day. There's loads of great things. So we're kind of like looking forward to that. We have to go through the hustle for that. And then, that's the way it is, man. So it's been busy. It's been super busy out here, and it's just gonna be busy life. But that's the way it is. Just trying to get some little joy here and there where we can go for coffees or
Mm.
go to restaurants or whatnot. I know Ahmed's in town first week, the week that we're moving actually, but I said it'd be good to see him. I'm gonna tend to come to the area that we're moving to accommodate a little bit for time. But then it'd be nice because I haven't seen anyone from London since obviously mom and dad came in May, but March. But the boys and everything, I feel like it's been such a long time, man. So I'm looking forward to coming back in October. It'd be good to see him though and just kind of crack joke, and just kind of
Mm.
have that be in that environment. I did see a friend. Remember Jude, my friend Jude?
Yes.
He was in town a couple of weeks ago. It was good to see him. I haven't seen him in 10 years. We calculate 10 years. I saw him when I was in Hong Kong,
Mm.
and he lives in Kilburn. When I'm in London, he just lives in Kilburn. But that's how busy it gets in London. I just don't get a chance to go around seeing everyone. And I managed to see him, which was really nice to see him and stuff like that. He's doing great. He possibly might move here, which would be great. His kids are older, like they're big. They're big. Last time I saw his boy, he was a baby, but now he's big kid. But it's great to see him. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's been. Life doesn't stop for no one, man. Time doesn't stop for no one. Everything
Nah,
keeps
it
going,
doesn't,
and
bro. It
life carries
doesn't. It
on,
doesn't.
and time goes on, and we get older. Look at my beard, bro. It's the first time I grew on a beard. I
I know. I was
stopped
gonna say. I was
shaving.
gonna say.
I stopped shaving after my injury, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just grow it out and see what's happening. See if I can make something work out of this. And I don't know. I'm enjoying it. We'll see what happens. But we're getting old,
I
man.
know.
Like we're training. I was saying now I should be in the ages of just like kind of learning and just keeping the strength up and stuff like that. But definitely getting old, man. But man, that's life at the moment, man. That's just life at the moment. And that's the way it's gonna be, bro. It's gonna be. There's some joy, like I say, with every little joy you can get out of life, be it you have a moment with the wife or the kids or the friends or watching a movie you enjoy or UFC or whatever, that stuff. Those moments you have to capture. You can't expect them to be constant. They have to just be moments, and you have to capture those. It
Exactly.
was our anniversary the other day, our wedding anniversary. You guys were in Singapore 3 years ago. We done our wedding out there. And on the anniversary day, we just went to a nice Palestinian restaurant and just enjoyed dinner in that moment. On the Friday, Elia booked another restaurant that we just kind of enjoyed. But it's kind of like I want to, you just got to enjoy those moments when they come. It's hard for me to. I'm not good at those things anyway, so I don't really plan anything. But just like, hey man, let's enjoy this little dinner together and just enjoy this moment together. But it just goes past you, 3 years of being married and whatnot. And I appreciate all of that stuff. I'm not big on, making big things. I know I want to do good things, like I want to do things for Elia, but I'm just not good on it, basically. I'm not good at organizing shit. And I'm not really big on, social media and stuff like that and putting it out there. Plus, some of it's private. I'll put a little picture up and stuff, but I keep most of my private life private as possible and just keep it geeky and shit. But that's what I was like. Look, we got to enjoy these little moments that we have, and that's what keeps us going. Do you know what I mean? Other than that, it's always going to be busy. It's going to be busy It's going to be busy, but you have to it's just like anything in life, man. To enjoy something, be it good times, good moments, good health. You have to work hard for that moment, and when that moment comes, you enjoy it. But then you carry on working hard because life ain't easy, man. It never will be. So gonna have to work hard
No,
for it.
100%, 100%, 100%. I
But yeah,
was gonna say something. It's gone right out of my head. Riverside. Remember Riverside, bro?
Riverside. What's Riverside?
Riverside. Let me write that down right now. So Riverside is a software that will allow us to do these conversations. It's like a podcast platform, online platform, and it would give us clips so we can cut the cost in on Zoom and cut the cost in on the clip thing and just have it all in one place. And it's like cheaper.
Okay, let's look into that, man. We need to, man, because I started using different tools. CapCut is completely losing me. So let's get into the podcast since
Yeah, yeah, go on, go on, go on.
we
That was a
kind of
reminder.
segue, or as you used to say, segue into
Sedway,
it.
Sedway, bro, Sedway.
Yeah, well, let's start off with listen, tributes. We'll go into some movie reviews and then finish off with some news and stuff like that. And today we're going to bring back a retro movie review, which we haven't done in ages. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're planning to do actually a full-on review of Happy Gilmore 2, which is a fun movie, easy to watch. But we'll do a full-on review on that one, and that'll come out later on. But let's start off with some tributes. Listen, a couple of legends were lost in the last couple of weeks. First of all was Hulk Hogan, and again, people might bring up controversy. Like, let's just put that aside for a second. I know there's some stuff there, but listen, Hulk Hogan is someone we grew up with watching. We didn't even have watched WWF at the time because
No,
we never had
that's
the
right. Yeah,
channel, we never had cable, and we never ever really experienced that moment. I really watched it after when I remember Dad hooked up an illegal cable and I was able to get into WWE at the end of WWF when it became
yeah.
WE. and then it was like Raw and Thursday Night SmackDown. And I was obsessed. When I was in secondary school, I'm not gonna lie, but I was obsessed. I
Mm.
loved WWE and WF and whatnot. So I did miss the Hulk Hogan era. That's what I'm saying. We knew about it, we loved it, but we never
Same
had the
here.
opportunity to
Ultimate
watch it.
Warrior, all of them lot. Those that's my
Yeah,
era,
Macho Man.
but didn't watch it enough because we didn't have those channels.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, rest in peace to him. He passed away. Let me bring up the Brothers Geek Out news to see if there was any reasoning behind it. But that was uh that was a tribute I wanted to give out. I don't have it here, my bad. Sorry, I should have pulled this up before we got
It's
into
all right. It's okay.
conversation.
It's okay.
But
Just go,
yeah,
go for
rest
it.
in peace to him. Condolences to his family. Again, we're coming to that age where it's every podcast we do, we're giving condolences. Here we go.
I
Um,
know it's that generation now, man. We're losing that older generation at the moment now, which is like, we're old.
that's
We're
right.
we're
Yeah.
old. We're old now. So, you know,
So
uh,
yeah,
aside of all the madness, legend in its own. But it's a shame how it ended. It is such a shame how it ended for him, man. Such a
yeah.
shame.
I mean, I got it here. I'm reading off like the Brothers Geek Out news.
Yeah.
Legendary WWE icon Hulk Hogan, Terry Gene Bollier, hopefully I said his name right, has passed away at the age of 71 at his Clearwater, Florida home after suffering a cardiac arrest early in the morning, July 24th. Responders arrived around 10 in the morning, and although he was rushed to the Mortal Plant Hospital, Hogan was pronounced dead. The two-time WWE Hall of Fame and six-time world champion Hulk Hogan was a defining figure of the 1980s wrestling, headlining the first WrestleManias and becoming a global pop culture icon. Beyond wrestling, he appeared in Rocky 3, Hogan Knows Best, and launched his Real American Freestyle promotion early this year. WWE Ric Flair and fans worldwide are mourning the loss of Hulkamania. His legacy as one of pro wrestling's most recognizable figures and will be celebrated forever. I mean, so that's a little tribute to Hulk Hogan, man, 71. So rest in peace to him and condolence to his family. Another legend that was lost just yesterday, I saw the news, was Terence Stamp, British actor,
Yeah,
who
man.
I
Another
know
legend.
best for, yes, his role as Zod in Superman 1978, 1978 and 1980, sorry. Was it 1980, which was Superman 2, which came out?
Yeah, yeah.
Actor Terence Stamp, best known for for playing General Zod in Richard Donner's Superman 1978 and Superman 2 1980, has passed away at the age of 87. Stamp's legendary career spanned decades with acclaimed roles in The Collector, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. Another legend, man, passed away at 81.
81, man. Good life. Good life, I gotta say. Terence Stamp, man. What a legend, man. And he put Zod on the map. I just shared a sketch of him that I did. I think it was like 2 years ago as General Zod in like one of my Inktober sketches. Just to let people know, I'm live on TikTok at the moment now. So you probably just only can hear me. I'm going to try and somehow learn how we could stream it so that you can see both of us, so you can hear both the conversations. But just because we've been growing quite big on TikTok, hopefully you guys are really well on TikTok. Somebody said hello, so massive shout outs to you as well. I want to be able to do this, man, where we can have live chats with people as well. I think I've seen a couple of streams where it's worked like that. It'd be great to just, I think I need to work that out. I need to learn how to
Yeah,
do that,
even if
teach
we
you how
done
to
like a
do it.
review, I know we don't do them often, but like quick reaction reviews. I know it takes time, which is why we stopped, right? But we used to do those when we had time, where we watch an episode or something and be like, oh, let's jump on the stream and do a quick reaction. It'd be great to,
I
depending.
think you need to do that. We'll work it out. Kerry, hopefully you are well. Massive thank you for joining in. But all right, let's continue. And I'll
Yeah.
leave that running in the background. Sorry.
Let's go on to
But
some
Terence
reviews
Stamp,
and stuff.
legend.
Yeah, legend for sure. Let's move on to some reviews, man. Some reviews of stuff that we've watched. I watched the first episode, so Alien Earth has been released, guys. So do check that out. The first few episodes have been released. I watched it. So far so good. Like really, like, have you seen it? All right, so it's like real. Listen, these alien stories are definitely something you have to pay attention to, right? They're not something that you can sit back and just kind of watch. When I say sit back and watch, you got to pay attention to what's going on, right? There's so
Yeah,
much
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
going on. We're in so many different timelines and whatnot. I from an entertainment value, I think this so far is pretty good. I mean, it's yeah. I don't want to spoil anything. It's after Prometheus. No, what's the other one? Romulus, I think it is, and before the first Aliens movie, I believe. And so far some of the entertainment is good, man. This alien is just causing some havoc on Earth so far, and I don't want to. I guess I don't want to get too much into it, but it's something like what I notice about when I'm watching these new alien movies. It's like you have to pay attention. And I'm not saying that they have to just be like just sit back and enjoy an alien movie or whatnot. But I just feel like the original ones were like more where I can just sit back and not focus too much on the story and pay attention. In the sense that the new ones, man, there's so much more behind it, and there's robots and there's cyborgs and there's philosophy about life and not life and cyborg, like a lot of all that sort of stuff. And you like for me, man, especially like trying to sit and concentrate and whatnot, and you don't want to lose out too much on the story or whatever. Like you have to focus on everything on these things. I don't know if that makes sense. Like some people might be able to pick these up early and or easier than I do, but I'm just like, man, if I don't pay attention, for 5 minutes, if I don't pay attention, I'm completely lost on where we are and what the hell's going on. But
You'll lose it. You'll lose it, and it's very
yeah,
difficult. And I feel like that's what TV has done. It was try to keep us engaged by giving us some of these convoluted plots that like you've forgotten how to make it simple for the audience so that they are engaged and that they are trying to find out more. Like that's why I love the 80s stuff, bro. Because I didn't have to know the physicalities and the history and the origins of these xenomorphs. I love the xenomorphs the way they are. Predators, killers. If you get in their way, you're gonna get munched. They're gonna eat you. Yeah? I don't know why they're gonna eat you. They're gonna impregnate you and all the rest of it. Like, it's
it was
simple.
scary. It was
But
scary as
yeah, it was
well.
scary. Like now you're trying to make me connect with a xenomorph. I don't need to connect to a xenomorph, man. I'm scared of him. What am I trying to connect to him for? He is scary. It is scary. Sorry, it is scary. Let me be scared. I don't need this thing to try to impregnate me, and I want to get to know it, and like find out his origins. And it got biblical, man. And I feel like they're on like Romulus brought it back to that kind of
That
the fear
hunt.
factor of it, which was
Yeah.
brilliant. I loved Romulus. I think it was brilliant. The last bit maybe not needed because I thought the movie had finished, but it continued. But I don't need no origins, bro. I think like,
Well,
and people are probably gonna hate me, Jakub especially because he likes that flute playing bastard, which got biblical. Tried to give me origins on why this was created, which I did not need to know. It was because of a very angry android who suddenly had sentient feelings. Go play the flute, man. Shut your mouth, man. Like I don't. You created xenomorphs to destroy human race or any type of living creature. That bro destroyed the Alien franchise for me. Well, not destroyed it. Just I cancelled those two movies.
yeah. I mean,
Like I can't
look,
even watch them. I think they're rubbish.
yeah, I mean, look, I
But
don't go
and
back
not
and
in a
watch
bad way.
those.
Not in a bad way. Just saying. Just say. But yeah, no, I'll check it out. I do want to watch it. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm
But
saying.
as
Like
you
these
said,
these they do like this. What I'm saying. Like when you watch this, it gets a lot into that whole cyborg, all that sort of stuff and whatnot, and almost again like making them feel like they're alive and not. I don't know. Anyway, but I mean, look, I do just miss that old school aliens movie where it's just scary. I don't know if it's scary. They're being hunted and they're also trying to hunt them and just simplicity and whatnot, which is what I think. But it's good though. I mean, listen, I'm engaged though. I mean, when I say all this, I'm definitely engaged and it looks amazing. I mean, they spent a lot of money on this. It feels I don't know what the budget is, but
so that's
it
good.
looks
That's good.
as
That's
a
good.
TV show. But you have to remember, right? Because we're talking about, I can't remember, like an 8 episode show, talking about 8 hours of storytelling, which is why I feel like it gets deep with these sort of things. It's like you've got to pay attention. The moment you come off
No,
the
hundred
attention
percent,
span, you
hundred
kind of
percent.
lose where you are. But so far, so good. You know what I mean? But yeah, do check them out. And I'll be watching each episode as they come out. Some other stuff that I watched Ballerina finally, which was just a fun action movie. See, like okay, before I get into this, what I was saying about something we'd have to pay attention. That's why I wanted to do a review on Happy Gilmore too, is because that is such a great movie where you don't really have to pay attention to the story and you sit back, you enjoy it, and you laugh and whatnot. And look, I'm not saying all movies have to be different because there's such a wide genre of movies out there, and it's all for different people, different moves, different moods, different settings, all that sort of stuff. But Ballerina kind of falls into that where not too much to think about, and you just sit back and you know what you're expecting because it's a world of John Wick. Now, first of all, I have to say, right, like my first criticism, if I was going to say anything about this movie, right, because it was a movie I could sit back and enjoy it, and that was it. But they should never have put John Wick in the trailer. I mean, it would have been so much more epic if he just showed up. You would have been like it would have been like an Endgame type of Marvel sort of like, holy shit, he's in it type of movie. Why put him in the trailer? Because he's actually not in it that long. And yes,
Mm,
he's great, but it does focus obviously on Ballerina's character. I forgot her name, forgive me. But that's where the focus should be. But if he showed up in the movie without you lot knowing that he's in it, that would have been so much better. Like, I don't know why you went down the path and you spoiled it, right? Maybe it was just to get eyeballs. But this movie's fun. Again, it's a revenge story. You know, she goes through the training, blah, blah, blah. Badass action, all that sort of stuff. So I expected that. I do think, they're just trying to find new ways of fighting each other and killing and whatnot. They had a whole flamethrower battle, which was just interesting. I'm like, okay, I'm in, you know what I mean? Because with these John Wick movies and stuff, I'm expecting creativity, and they're trying to be creative. Like, be it you want to criticize it or not, I don't, it's not about realism. I don't care. I would say the first John Wick movie, yes, again, unrealistic in one sense, but the martial aspect of it, there was so much like almost felt like a realism to it, right? Like this guy can actually do this because a lot of training with martial arts, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, all this sort of stuff. Whereas now they're having flamethrower battles, it's like, all right, well, this ain't really realistic at all. But I'm not criticizing it. It's just like, all right, we've turned into that movie where it's like, let's find the best sort of action ways of committing, fighting each other and whatnot. This guy set his legs on fire and he was doing kicks and everything. Great, great. Listen, fun movie. I don't think it done great in the box office and all that sort of stuff. I think it's always difficult doing spin-off movies. I think if you're going to do spin-off movies, I feel like they should already be introduced in the main franchise movies, like the Donnie Yen one, for example. Give him that introduction and then slowly do spin-offs elsewhere. But the moment you do a complete spin-off movie with a whole new character and just say it's in the John Wick universe and you throw John Wick's face in there just to get eyeballs, I feel like it's not, I don't know, it's not the best character building. I would say start the character in the John Wick movies or whatever movies it is and build them up, build them up, build them up, get them to a point where they're lovable or likable, like Donnie Yen's character, for example, and then you're like, oh, I can't wait to get a spin-off from that. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But overall, it's an enjoyable movie, man. Sat back, enjoyed it, and it's pure action all the way through, John Wick style. So them guys, I think they're very creative with their action style and their martial arts, and I really enjoy those. Did you watch that? Yeah, Ballerina.
I've only watched like the first 10 minutes, bro.
Okay, okay.
Timing with trying to get movies in at the moment. And same thing again, bro. It's like, so you've taken the excitement away from the audience. Now, this is my personal gripe with marketing at the moment now, is that studios are putting all the best things into the trailer to try and get people to go to cinemas. Now, you guys need to accept the fact that if you're going to release it onto streaming in 45 days, I ain't going cinema. And now the fact that you've put Keanu Reeves in that trailer, it's like you've shown me the best part already. So I'll wait till. And even now, even though that it's on streaming, I still ain't got the time to watch it unless it's like really, really important. And if it made a major difference to the universe that they've added it to. Now, there's no gripe on like the action and stuff. It looked really good from what I saw, but I just can't give it the time and day because I feel like, is it crazy to say it doesn't have any value to it no more? It doesn't have no value. Like
To the John
last
Wick
night I couldn't
franchise.
sleep. Yeah. Does it
Yeah, I
have
mean, look, I
value to
wouldn't
add these
say.
extra characters? But
Yeah, if you didn't watch it, it's not like, and even with the John Wick movies, it's not like you're following a story like where if you miss out one part, something like. I mean, yes, this movie doesn't add like any value to following that story or John Wick's character or whatnot. Again, this is only going to please. And this is what my point is. Like, if you're going to make these spin-off movies, I feel like you have to introduce characters that some people would enjoy. Like if she was involved from part two, for example, and part three, because I think this is in between three and four, something like that. If you introduced her before and made it interesting, then this is some value because she'll cater towards certain characters. But because she's brand new, it's like, all right, well, you're just making a spin-off movie. What, like, I don't know, like, why, like, you should have already made me like her before you made this, in my opinion, because this is a franchise. It's not like a brand new movie. If it was
Yeah,
a
no,
brand new movie, it's
100%,
a different game.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
So,
think it's important that you introduce, if you're going to build on a franchise, is that you introduce those characters in the main timeline, which is the John Wick movies, and then you've got like what they did with Kane, Donnie Yen's character. We've already seen him in the movie, so I'm interested to see what he's going to be like in his
right.
own movie. They should have done that with Ballerina as well.
And they set up that story already. They've already set up that story. Not only was he in the movie, he was interesting, he was lovable, he was freaking awesome. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I want
exactly,
to see more of
exactly.
him. But I'm gonna be real. Some of the other assassins in that movie, I do not want to see them again. So if they made a spin-off movie of one of the other assassins, I'm like, not interested. Donnie Yen, I'm interested because they focused a lot on his story and that to be like, oh, we're gonna set this up for a spin-off. That's perfect. With Ballerina, I just sat. Listen, I wouldn't have gone cinema for it, and you did spoil. Yeah,
The
the biggest
major,
spoiler was in the
the
trailer. You
biggest
didn't have to
spoiler,
do that.
yeah.
Yeah, because that would have been awesome if like, oh boys, you have to watch it because like there's some bits in it that make you scream, like you know what I mean, like. But they lost that in the trailer. But
No, it's a shame that it has come to that, and that we're not able to enjoy the cinema going experience. But they're not even letting us enjoy it, bro. So I'll watch it when I get time, and it's gonna be in bits. I mean, it's not like it's not one of those movies I'm gonna slap on and be like, let me watch this. I mean, I couldn't sleep, so I ended up watching The Dark Knight yesterday, and I was like, you know what? Ain't nothing gonna beat that movie, bro. Ain't nothing gonna beat that feels that movie gives me, man. Like every line is a quote, and every scene looks gorgeous, and every performance is out of this world. We got one of the best ever endings for a movie, not just for a movie, not a great masterpiece movie that Nolan gave to us, but he gave us the best ever comic book ending for a film. Like they could have ended that franchise there. Studios messed up. Well, I still love Dark Knight
I
Rises, but
did, I
that's what I'm
did.
saying. They don't give you that feel. Like that movie gives me every bit of feel. Like I feel how Commissioner Gordon felt. I feel how Joker felt. I understand Batman more. Like it's like Nolan, man, dangerous, absolutely dangerous at what he does. He makes you fall in love with everything about the movie. That's his movie going experience. Now, yeah, it's a shame that something like Ballerina, it won't have that sort of gravity to it because there's not much history to it. But it's like, how do you make people enjoy stuff in the cinema? And like, I'm starting to enjoy not watching trailers now and not doing reactions. I do the odd reactions, but maybe to the first trailer, I'm not going to be doing like
Oh
major
yeah,
reactions through all of them no more. Because, bro,
I'm the
since I've
same.
been going cinema without watching the trailers, I've enjoyed the movie more. Like Superman,
Agreed,
same thing.
agreed.
Fantastic Four, I haven't seen it yet, but I haven't seen no trailers. And
Agreed.
because of
Same.
my algorithm, and I've stopped following all the bigger accounts. Sorry, Marvel. Sorry, Disney. Sorry, Warner Brothers. You guys just giving away the spoilers, man.
Agreed.
Unfollow.
I don't watch. I really enjoyed those movies because I stopped watching trailers too. I watched the first one and that's it. I don't and I just skip over. They don't excite me anymore at all. I'm more excited to watch those movies. But I agree. Look, like I would watch the next John Wick movie because I'm already invested in that character. I love it, and I will go to cinema for that one and whatnot. But any spin-offs like a Kane, 100% I'm interested. But it's difficult with these spin-off movies. But I mean, look, let's move on. Let's move on to another movie I watched, which again, another one's not necessarily is Jurassic Park. I figured let's put it on. Let me watch it. And it's Atya came out a review saying the same thing. Why they keep making these movies? And I agree. Why do you keep making these movies? Because you're just trying to use the name to put this franchise out there and make money off it. But it's a bro. The movie's so basic. It's so pointless. Like it's so pointless. Honestly, it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing as any other story out there because you lost that edge of Jurassic Park and dinosaurs and recreating them, getting the DNA and possibly like that reality of like you're bringing dinosaurs back. That's what the first one's kind of brought back, and you're like, oh my God, could you imagine a world of dinosaurs. Now it's like, okay, we had and I'm spoiling it, right? We had the dinosaurs. They've been extinct in most of the parts of the world because they can't be in the inhabitants of the Earth's atmosphere and whatnot. They live mostly around the equator. There's certain islands that they live on, and the whole world has banned people from going there because it's dangerous and whatnot. Okay, cool. That's the premise. Then you got usual billionaire dude who wants to get some sort of substance, some sort of minerals or whatever it is, who would make billions of that. If it was like a drug or pharmaceutical, three specific dinosaurs, you put that together, you rub the DNAs together, and then you get a wish or some bullshit like that. Anyway, trying to make money off a cure or something like that, right? Then you got to hire the mercenary, you got to hire the civilian expert, you got to hire the dude who has the boat, and then some random civilians who are just randomly there, just get involved because they were randomly there.
They should have cut that part out. They should have cut that part out.
Yeah, all of that. Random civilians there. Okay, cool. That's the story. Then they all end up on the island. Then you know for a fact the billionaire dude is a dick and he's gonna get killed. And you're waiting for that moment for him to get munched up by a dinosaur.
I think they waited too long for that, though.
Yeah, I mean, but it happens. You have the moral compass at the point where the civilian expert is talking to the mercenary who was originally hired and it was in it just for the money. And they're like, oh, we can save billions of lives. Let's do it for free. And they go through that moral compass shit. And then the billionaire gets munched. You have a whole bunch of random extras who are in there to get munched by dinosaurs, which is always like, oh yeah, we want to. And that was it. And then they escape. And then it's like, okay, we got the DNA. And then and that was it. And I'm like, this movie's so poor. And I was just like, guys, like, why make this movie? Like, I kept on seeing this. This was what was funny. I kept on seeing this Instagram post where Scarlett Johansson's character becomes a dinosaur. And I thought it was real. So I asked Atia, I was like, Atia, you know what? I don't care if I spoil it. Is this real? And she said no. And then after I watched the movie, I was like, it would have been better if she did become a dinosaur because it would have just fucking made things more interesting. Like someone messed around with a dinosaur DNA, injected it in a human to make a super soldier or something. And now you got these wild ass dinosaur, half human, half dinosaur.
You know what? That would have been interesting to have like human dinosaurs. That would have been much more interesting. Listen, I'm not gonna knock it. Like, it's not great, but it still gets kids into the cinema. Gareth Andrews, who was the director, his scaling of dinosaurs is brilliant. He's always been good at that. He did Rogue One with the props, I think. Is it Rogue One he did? Hold on, let me find that. Gareth Edwards, Jurassic Park. Sorry, I need to double check because he's good with scaling and visual effects. So like all of that is really good. Now, I don't know who made the decision to make the D-Rex look like a Tonk xenomorph.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. What was this?
They should have made that look more. It looked more like an alien than it did a dinosaur.
But they will. This is where I've lost. Like back in the days, it was like the T-Rex, Brontosaurus, and whatever the hell they call. But they were supposed to be
everything. Dinosaurs. This was a crossbreeds. These are all crossbreeds,
this
bro.
Is what I'm saying. Now we're in fantasy. I mean, it's all fantasy anyway, right? But at least it was like a realism in the sense that this is what dinosaurs, like this is what they look like, whatnot, or possibly look like. Now it's like, man, let's make some mutation.
We're gonna make this up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen. The visuals are really good, bro. I gotta say, visuals are good. Just execution of them, they were just doing it for the pay slip because it still made money. It's probably be one of the. This would be the second or the third movie this year to hit $1 billion.
I know it made money, right? It did make the money.
Yeah, it made money, bro, man. That's like 800 mil at the moment now. So they still make money, and remember that made more money than both Fantastic Four and Superman. So they're gonna make another one. So it's fine. Look, it is what it is. It just wasn't to my taste. I just feel like the story, the human element to it, man. Like, let them go, man. Give me stories of the dinosaurs. They don't even have to talk, man.
But what story of a dinosaur do you? Wait. What's that movie? Land Before Time. That's a great freaking dinosaur story movie.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's the best dinosaur movie of all time.
What dinosaur story are you looking for in live action, bro?
When they eat the humans, like in the first 2 minutes, and then suddenly they start talking to each other. These humans had some sort of DNA in them. They're like, let's eat these humans so that we can have conversations, which they can do, man. It doesn't have to be Jurassic World, bro. Actually, saying that, interesting. I've got a screener to watch called Primal Primal War. No, Primitive War, which is about uh the Vietnam War, and there's a section in there where these Marines lose and they send in this rescue team and there's fucking dinosaurs.
Let's go.
And that sounds
Let's
like a
go.
better story where they eat up everything, bros. And like they're like, what the hell is they're scared. They're scared because there's moments in this movie where I think I would just die on the spot.
Bro, on that island, an ant would have bit me and I would have freaked out. Like with the bugs and stuff, I would have been dead with an ant or whatever, a bullet ant biting me, and I'm like, and then lose. Ah, shit.
I said, bro,
Inside my neck.
I would have just died taking a piss knowing that there's a pterodactyl crossbreed velociraptor behind me eating some next dinosaur. Just take me, man. Just
There was a moment when they were on the boat where I felt like this is like Jaws. Like they kind of copying, like getting influenced by Jaws and whatnot. But in my
yeah, yeah.
eyes, it's like I was like, what kind of I would go there with a submarine. When that thing's in the water, I would go with a nuclear submarine. What the hell's your little boat and your little guns? I mean, that British guy who was like this badass mercenary dude, I mean, what are you gonna do with your gun, bro? With against these dinosaurs? And my guy got munched immediately and whatnot. But why are you going there with this little ass boat and whatever you got, thinking you can get this DNA from these massive animals or whatever they are? I'm going in with a military freaking nuclear submarine, and I'm going in there with a tank, and then we'll try and catch these DNA. But none of it makes sense to me, to be honest with you, man.
I mean, listen, for what it was a good watch. That's all I can say. I was entertained by the D-Rex really entertained me at the end because it had me thinking. I'm like, they could have made this look more like a dinosaur, but this is like a crossbreed of a xenomorph losing dinosaur. He was tonks. He was massive. He ate a helicopter, bro. Uh,
I would have preferred, like I say, like maybe even in a hunt movie that they have to kill this thing, like Jaws, for example. Like this thing is big and
yeah.
thing, and they're like, you know what, we need to hunt this down. So you get a bunch of mercenary experts, and they try to figure out how to kill it or something and hunt it. I don't
But then
know.
that turns
Listen,
into a
it's
violent movie, bro,
I
and
know that's but
it's
it's
not
already
for kids,
violent.
isn't it?
That billionaire dude got ripped apart, man. But I mean, I remember the first Jurassic Park when the dude got munched on the toilet. I mean, that was freaking like scary as a kid or whatnot. Now they want to show the body rip apart and everything. But I remember that first one, man. They had that intense scene when they're in the car and the Tyrannosaurus Rex is on top of the car and whatever with the kids in it. I mean, very intense, man. And I mean, Samuel L. Jackson was in that movie. Just that element is gone, bro. That's that element of gone is gone. Listen, it made the money, so they're gonna make another Jurassic Park. Let them. And I'm not shitting on the movie. I'm just saying, like, I did watch it at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
was
mean, we
like,
watched it. That's the main thing,
yeah.
but it's not. It's like movies are getting really forgettable at the moment, bro.
Oh,
And I
it's not
feel like
watchable again.
that's like I feel like Hollywood has come to a point now where you're giving me these unforgettable blockbuster movies, which I'd
Forgettable,
end
you
up
mean?
watch. I should have watched the last Arnold Schwarzenegger's last action hero. I'd still have a great time, and I think
Yeah.
that's a basic movie, but it's rewatchable.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna do a retro movie review for Labyrinth in a bit. I had no issues actually watching it, and this is what I'm trying to say about some of these
Yeah,
movies,
yeah.
these old school movies. Like, whereas like there's so much to watch these days, right? And bandwidth and time is limited, and I still will make time to say, you know what? I'm just gonna watch an old classic because I just know what it's about. I know how it makes me feel and watching as an adult, you know what I mean? But no, listen, man, there's so much forgettable movies now these days. But that's the way it is. I think back in the days, like now we're in a world where there's so much to consume. It's like, you know what? Let's throw it all out there, and one of them will stick with someone because this movie will stick with someone where they're like, I loved it, and that's the whole point of movies, man. Like, that's the whole great about thing about movies because they do become individual. Like, they become something for individuals. 50 people might not like them. 50 other people are gonna like them. You know what I mean? So it's impactful for certain people, and obviously a lot of people like this because it made a lot of money in the cinema. But that's the way movies are. But let's move on because otherwise we're gonna talk about this all day. Ironheart,
Yeah,
because I
let's keep
saw
going.
you
Let's move.
finish that off, and I wanted to get your thoughts. And I gave my thoughts on Ironheart a couple of weeks back, but I'm happy to. I wanted to kind of talk to you about it now that you've seen it, and to see your thoughts on Ironheart as a show and a character.
I'm gonna be honest. I think they took a really good creative change there. I did not expect it to see the way it ended. Now, here's a little girl, and she's not really little. I think they could have picked a different actress for it, but she's fine. She's good. Uh, 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 a person who's still grieving over the loss of her dad and her best friend. Uh, this tells us the realities of AI coming into place and doing stuff like this, and how the grieving process is something that's ongoing. It's never, it just stops. It's an ongoing process. Uh, I love the fact that they went magical on us suddenly, and I think nobody was expecting that. But this is a comic book fantasy program. People need to realize that this is not a grounded story. The
Mm.
MCU is not a grounded story. It's a fantasy. You got people in iron suits and magical powers and beyond demons and celestials from space. This is fantasy. How can you have a story be grounded when it's in a reality like that? Now, parts of it can be grounded because of the emotions. But I enjoyed it for what it was, bro. People were talking all sorts of madness. I thoroughly enjoyed every episode. I love the soundtrack, I love the visuals, and I loved the twist, bro. I loved where it ended up, and still not knowing what that last decision was as well.
Mm. That,
Mephisto, we finally got him, bro. In
yeah,
something that we didn't think we'd get him in.
expect,
We all
yeah.
said it was going to be Wanda. We said it was going to be Agatha. I still haven't watched Agatha. Does it make a difference if I've not seen that?
Probably not. Nah.
Okay,
I
I'll
mean,
leave
look,
it then.
it's all MCU. So yes, in some fraction of the MCU, Wonder Story or whatever, yes, in some aspect of it. So
Okay, all right.
yeah.
I still give it a go. I still need to make time to watch it. I still ain't finished the what ifs, but listen, Ironheart, I fully enjoyed. Is a mantelpiece moving on to another character, which I think is really important in passing the baton on to the next generation. Yeah, I think for me as a creative, it really struck home because I know a lot of people are like, they don't know what to say, and we're we've become we're getting more separated with the way the world is at the moment as well. But if you haven't read the comics, even if you haven't read the comics and you don't enjoy the fact that sometimes things need to be moved on and things have changed in the world as well, I think it has a great story about pain, grieving, moving on, trying to make the right decisions, and that we're not perfect as human beings. We're going to make different decisions and different situations are going to happen. But, we end up coming back to the root cause of why I got into this and why I started this. And I think even for our journey, like doing the podcast to what it was, to what it became, to where we were heading with it, to now restructuring and coming back to a different point to it. I think it's important that you were going to be all learning on our journey. I think that's what Ironheart showed to me as a TV show, as a new character into the MCU to learn more about a character, to learn that, all superheroes are not perfect.
Look, man, I on my review a couple of weeks back, I started with the same that actually I ended up enjoying it, and I was actually genuinely surprised when I got to the end of the show, and I was like, oh my God, I actually genuinely enjoyed it, and I really like Ironheart's character. I still think that they should not have brought her into Black Panther. I think it contradicts what I said earlier about bringing in characters, but I just think her entry into Black Panther wasn't the best, right? Because after that movie, I didn't really care about her. But then after
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
show, I was more interested in her because it gave me about her past, the grievance, and all that sort of stuff. And that's something that you can relate to on a human level. And it just kind of showed how intelligent she was, you know. But by the end of the show, I was like, man, I was enjoyable. And I really liked Red Hood. I thought he was awesome. Like, I wanted more
Mm,
of him. You know what I mean? I'm going to be very honest. Like, same thing I said on the review before. Like, listen, and I think I made a statement before, which I should retract. I should say I think I was wrong. I think I said something about Robert Downey Jr. which I don't think he said. I don't know. It didn't look like he did. But people did make the statement, though, that saying, if you don't like this show, you're racist. I still stand by saying that that's a silly statement to make. Like, if you don't like the show because it's for colored people and that's why you don't like it, then yes, you're racist. But if you have valid reasons why you don't like the show because of the story or all that sort of stuff, then okay, you could be critical of it, right? So I do stand by that. And I'm not gonna lie,
Mm,
bro. The show started off, and Ironheart herself, Red Hood, I had no issues with, right? But immediately, the gang that the Red Hood gang and whatnot, when you watch it immediately, and I've been saying this before, and I've been very critical of the whole DEI movement and whatnot. When you see that, you immediately like, all right, they're just ticking all the DEI boxes here, right? And I was like, that was my first impression. Now, by the end of the show, they all kind of died off or whatever, and you don't give a shit about them. And this is where I say, like, this whole DEI movement, I think you're disrespecting it more because you're making unforgettable, shitty characters with bit different backgrounds and whatnot. You should. My point of DEI is like, if you're gonna put someone in there from a certain background or whatever, make them lovable, make them enjoyable, right? If you just putting them in there as background characters and they get killed off and no one cares about them, I think that's more of a disrespect and you're pushing audience away. So that was my thoughts on that, and that's why I immediately watched the show and I was like, "Oh, you guys are just ticking all the boxes." Now, by the end of the show, again, I don't give a shit about none of those characters, but I did come to enjoy and like Ironheart, man. And that was the whole point of the show. You know what I mean? Like to get this new character out there and hopefully introduce her to the MCU in a certain way. I did have like, in regards to her story, I was thinking like, I think I made comments about her constantly kind of like, Tony Stark's a billionaire, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, well, my guy made things in the cave with scraps, you know what I mean? And all that sort of stuff. Like, so stop picking on him because he's a billionaire. Stop picking on that, right? And I countered it by saying you have friendships with Wakandans, you know what I mean? Like the richest in the they got they're trillionaires or whatnot, and they came to you for help in Black Panther. So the least you could do is pick up the phone and say, "Hey guys, can you help me? Like, I want to build this project and whatnot. I want to help people out here and whatnot." So the least you could do is that, right? Rather than because you got trillionaire friends. I know you're picking on Stark, he's because he's a billionaire, but you had trillionaire friends with the Wakandans who owe you a favor in a way, man. I believe they came to you for help and stuff. So I felt that was a little bit weak in the sense of her excuse. But also like one thing I like, and I know she's flawed. I know we all as human beings are flawed, but I just kept them like I really feel like they really made her flawed in the sense of like, joining a gang and doing bad stuff. And I'm like, nah, man, I feel like I don't think that for me was like, I get it, man. Circumstances puts you in positions, but I was like, man, why are you so flawed that you're joining a gang? You're a good person. You built the Iron Man suit. The Iron Man suit represents something. And you said you wanted to do it to protect your family and you build something iconic, but then immediately you're attaching it to criminals and whatnot. And I was like, why are you falling down that line? At least fly to the Avengers or okay, they're not around anymore, but find something, man. Spider-Man's around or Hogan's around or something, and just say, hey guys, like I wanna be a part of this or whatnot. I don't know. That's an easy story to tell, but my point is like there was in my opinion, there was just too much attachment to going a wrong path than it was like trying to find the right path. Like she eventually finds the right path. Don't get me wrong. But that was just my thing. Like go to the Wakandans, man. They're your trillionaire friends. Um, but yeah, no, overall though, like I said, I came out the show and I was enjoying it. And I had no issues with the magical stuff. And as you said, this is the MCU, man. There could be a freaking dinosaur around and I would have no issues because I'm just like, all right, well, this is the MCU. Like this is comic book stuff. Anything is possible here. So I don't have no expectations just because it's like an Ironheart show. It only has to be around Ironheart suits or whatever. No, like black magic, demon magic, whatever magic, space, anything can be involved. But I generally, yeah, like I said, at the end of it's enjoyable. A lot of forgettable characters that which I think drawn a lot of people away, and I don't think you should do that. Obadiah's son was in it. He's also a little bit forgettable. It was cool that it was in it, and those connections were cool. I was really enjoying those connections. That's what got me into it. But I do believe he's forgettable, and I'm not really interested in seeing him anymore. But at the end, I am interested in seeing Red Hood. I don't know if he's gonna come back, but I thought he was cool. I wish we got more of him and more gun cutter with him because he's got like infinity bullets and he can control the bullets and shit. That would have been better scenes. We didn't see much of that. And I am looking forward to seeing what Riri does. I do think her end suit was a bit too bulky, looked almost like a CW show suit, in my opinion. I do think they should
Mm.
have gone with a sleeker suit, but maybe in the future they will do that and whatnot. So I'll wait and see. But like again, it's not one of my favorites. I'll give it a good like 5.5 in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really enjoy Agatha, from my opinion. Like I would never, I don't care about Agatha and that whole crew at all. But this one, I'm like, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Riri again. I genuinely would like to see her in the MCU again. It doesn't have to be her own show, but just kind of showing up in things. I actually do care. So that's the whole point of this show. Personally, for me, you've made me care about Riri. So yeah, generally okay. And see, let's see what they do with Mephisto. Like, let's see what they
No,
generally do
100%,
with it.
bro.
Yeah.
Let's see what
All
they
right.
do. Sasha Bowen, Zionist, full.
Yeah,
Let's see what it does,
bastards.
bro.
I know. Anyway, guys, that was our review for Ironheart. I'm glad we had a chance to talk about it. I
Any
might put,
abuse, sorry.
I
Any
will
random
listen.
abuse, sorry, bro.
You know what, bros? Listen, I have no sympathy. I heard that Gal Gadot damn fool, talking some shit, saying that fuck her. And let's not get into that. All right, guys, let's move on to a segment we haven't done in ages before we finish off with the news. And that
Yep.
is retro movie reviews, man. And we decided to do one on Labyrinth 1986, man. We haven't
Oof.
seen this in ages, starring David Bowie, Jennifer Connelly. It's got, yeah, who else is in it,
Jim
man?
Henson and the team.
Jim Henson, Forward, who's the baby. You got Warwick Davis as one of the goblins. Bro, this movie, I haven't seen it in ages, man. And putting it on as an adult, right? And I was saying to you earlier, I've never had an issue watching it again. Like these movies are so great, and obviously maybe I got a sentimental value towards it. It was easy to watch. I mean, look, it's a story about Sarah who tries to find her baby brother to Toby after she angrily wishes him away. The Goblin King uh, promises to return Toby if Sarah can solve this labyrinth within a certain time period, right? First of all, the soundtrack is banging. The soundtrack, the music is banging. Every tune, I actually got a tune on my phone from David Bowie. It is absolutely awesome. Love the soundtrack, 80s soundtrack, and just David Bowie just smashes it. But then this movie, man, I didn't realize like she's going through something in the sense that I think her mother passed away, or her father remarried. She's having this problem with her stepmother, and really she just needs friends. She needs someone to talk to. She wants someone there.
Mm.
Like, her father's not there and whatnot. She feels like her father's not there for her as much. And it was the end scene where what was his name, Hogwarts or something like that, and he was like, if you need us, you let us know. We'll be here. I'm paraphrasing, but let us know. And she said something in a sense like, I'm always going to need you. Like, even when nothing's wrong, I'm always going to need
Yeah.
you. And it was that thing of like just having that companionship or that friendship or that love from friends, family, or whatnot. And I was like, man, this movie is deep, man. I didn't even realize as a kid on what it meant to me. Maybe there's other meanings, but what that meant of just like having loved ones around and being there for people, just having people for the sake of having it, not when
Yeah.
something's wrong, but or when I need you. It's like, I forever need you. Whether things are good or bad or whatever, I forever need my family, my friends, my loved ones, and whatnot. And that was deep. That was quite powerful, man. It's a really enjoyable movie. And I again, like the animatronics, the goblins, the what do you call it? The maze,
The
the
puppets and the
labyrinth.
maid. It's
So
the life
really
sets
creative.
amazing. The eternal bog of stench, bro.
Oh
Stench,
my
bro.
God. All of this stuff
Love
so
that.
creative and enjoyable. Also, and I'll finish with these last 2 points and I hand over to you because they cracked me up or they made me think. I'm like, first of all, I thought that baby would be traumatized because those goblins were scary and that's a real
Yeah,
baby.
yeah,
That's not
yeah.
CGI baby. And I was like, damn, that baby must be traumatized in life. Now, I told you the baby's name. He apparently he was involved in the Dark Crystal and whatnot. So he's doing
Yes,
well.
yes.
He's doing well.
Yeah,
Toby Williams is his real
yeah.
name. And he's doing well. But I was like, man, I wouldn't put my baby in that movie because that shit's scary. Surrounded, he's quiet. There's a scene where he's in the Goblin Castle and he's in the middle crying his eyes out. And there's all these goblins around. And that's not CGI. Those are like animatronic sort of goblins. And they look scary as hell. That baby's crying out of fear for real, man. That's what I thought. So that was creepy. But also, I had to put this out there because this made me laugh, man. And this is probably some 80s thing, but and no Diddy here, there, no Diddy. But they got Bowen in these tights, yeah, and he's doing his singing and dancing and whatnot. And I'm sorry, man, they should have put a cup over because I saw bare outlines of Willis and everything. And I'm like, bro, there's someone from the editing team should have saw that and say, hey guys, we need to redo that scene because I see outline of Willis. We need to put a cup over. I'm sorry, man. I'm again no Diddy. I just noticed it. And I was like, what the hell? I don't know. A bit of a costume malfunctioning that just left
They
it in the
should have put
movie.
like a cup there, definitely. But that's traumatizing in itself. A lot of people that watch that is like, oh, David Bowie's Willis.
I
But
don't know if
listen,
other
man, he's
people
an
noticed it,
artist,
but
so he's not. He's proud of that, so
I know, but
it
it's a
doesn't
kids'
hold him
movie,
back.
bro. I didn't notice it as a kid. As an adult, I'm like, why is his outline of the will lost there, man? This is not good.
Why are you
Um,
looking at David Bowie's
I'm
crotch
not.
for, right?
There's scenes, bro. There's because the goblins are small and he's tall and he's dancing and when he's doing the maneuvers, like I'm not concentrating on that, bro. No Diddy, man.
It doesn't have to be Diddy. Oh, it happens, bro. That's like a horrible, horrible thing Hollywood did. Well, that in that movie anyway. But crazy, right? Absolutely crazy.
For
Amazing, man.
what? For the movie,
He's a talent that
he
the world
is.
will never forget. Like his music, his movies, uh, and what he did for the creative industry. Like I recently learned some new things about David Bowie, what he did, and with AI, and I think he was knowing that AI is going to come out very soon, and people use his images, and he won't, what do you call it? But he, in his will, was like, nobody can use my look, full stop, nobody.
Mm. Yeah, I didn't learn about it, so I don't know nothing about this. Kibler just walked off. I don't know where he
Sorry,
went,
sorry,
but
sorry. Give me a second. Uh,
I
the
feel
kids,
like
man. Yeah, kids. Sorry. Alara, has she done the poo poo? Yeah, check her nappy. I'm gonna have to put her to sleep soon. All right, cool. Bro, I love the movie. It's still one of my favorites. I think that last line does always hit deep. And as an adult now, when you watch it, like all you think of is you want your family to be safe and you want people, loved ones around all the time. And you don't want them suffering by themselves. And she was grieving in that as well. She was grieving in that movie as well. And it's just a symbolic way to tell us a story about the journeys of grief and pain, how to deal with it, and knowing that there are people always around for you, but you maybe not even know it. Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
and
it's a crazy, yeah,
friendship and betrayal and
yeah,
forgiveness. Like, you know what I mean? Like Hogwarts, I forget if I forget his name. He betrayed her and then he felt guilty and he came back and redeemed himself. She forgave him. There's so much. And that last scene, man, it was like, and the way he said it as well was like, if you need us, like, if you know, again, the way he put it is like, I don't know how to explain it, but the emotions behind like if you need us, we're there for you. It's like I always need you guys. I love that, man. I was like, shit, man, this movie's got me. This movie's got me right now. Like I always, and that's the same thing we all feel about each other, like friends and family and loved ones. Like, man, it's not about if you need us. Like I always need you. Freaking deep, man.
yeah. Oh, such a good movie, such a good movie. I mean, like, listen, bro, did you know that there was like 25 treatments before they even made this movie?
What do you mean treatments?
25 different versions of scripts written and
Oh,
like to get to that final idea and the way it was. Sorry. Nia, I mean, Alara, get me a nappy, please. You could only imagine like the creative process of trying to put a story like this together, which hits so hard, bro, and still has rewatchability, a great soundtrack. The visuals are stunning. Jim Henson and the team and what they bring to the screens with like some of the stuff that they've done over the the decades of movie magic. They've given me movies that I carry on for a lifetime. Not many movies can do that, bro. Not many movies can do that, and this is a movie we grew up with our childhood, and that all of us can sit down, us brothers and sisters can sit down and watch and enjoy just for what it is and where it takes you because they don't make fantasy movies like this, man. I'm telling you. Uh,
and I don't
thank
know
you.
if fantasy movies can work like this. I mean, the creativity behind the designs of the goblins and there's just random creatures and whatnot. I really don't know if they can do it anymore, man, because I'm just watching and there was like, I don't know, a little worm who speaks to her with an English accent. I'm like, man, that worked back then. I don't know if that works now. I really don't. Maybe for kids or something. I don't know. But when I
It
look
does
at what,
work. It can work, bro. I personally think it can work. It's just you got to have a very good story, right?
right, I guess so, something compelling and meaning behind it or whatnot. But yeah, no, I was really just like I say, as an adult, just like listening to what she's going through, even though she was grieving and she wished her brother away, like she knew immediately she made a mistake and she went on this whole labyrinth, which, to get her brother back, which again is scary. You're in this, I mean, again, she's in this world with goblins and everything like that. It's scary. But she's being brave to get her brother back, even though she's the one who wished him away and everything. But there's a lot, there's all of that to it. And I'm just like, man, like this is really cool. It's really creative. And like the scenes with somebody, like again, some random scenes with those red flamingo looking whatever. They sounded Jamaican or whatnot. There's like it's just like random but so creative. And the tunes are banging. Like I say, like I'm not gonna lie, all of the tunes are banging. Like that you just feel like this is a great movie soundtrack. You know what I mean? You could download the soundtrack and they're all great tunes. Like in my opinion, you know what I mean? Like, and this is just like I think that's what the 80s kind of shared and had. It wasn't just soundtracks where it was just a theme like Hans Zimmer does it, which is epic. We're talking about music, like yeah, tunes that could be in the top 100 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like a top. What do you call it? A top of the pops or whatever. I feel like when they done movie soundtracks back in the days, and even TV shows or cartoon shows soundtracks, it was like a tune. Like they sat down and wrote the tune. I'm not saying they don't do that now, but I just feel like something was missing with those. But anyway, that was my thoughts with that movie, man. I thought it was really enjoyable, man. I'm surprised that I was able to sit down. Not surprised, but I just think again, based on what we talked about, the rewatchability of 80s movies and movies we grew up with and that sentimental sort of childhood value that it has, it's so easy to rewatch some of those movies. And you're hoping like some of these movies that are coming out now, we're saying maybe it doesn't connect with us. I mean, that's what the hope is for like kids now to watch it, be it Jurassic Park or whatever, or the new Karate Kid and be like, cool, like I could watch that again in the future. And that's what the hope is. Like not for me personally, but for the new generation. And that's what they're hoping for, to build those cult classic with those generations, not with us. But this one definitely falls in there, man. I mean, it's just such a great movie.
Amazing, amazing movie. I absolutely loved it. Absolutely, I still love it now. Even it's such an easy watch, bro. There's no what's the word? There's it's just an ease watching that film. Like it wasn't as like I slapped it on straight away. It wasn't like, oh, do I really want to watch this? Do I feel for this? But it's that ending. That ending always gets me as well. And I think as an adult now, it's like it 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 resonates much more. Them stories resonate much more now
Hmm.
than some of the movies we get now. Yeah, no, definitely. Want to watch. If you guys haven't seen Labyrinth, I heard there's a remake happening.
Mm,
Was it
that's a problem.
confirmed?
I don't know. Are we? Yes, I think we talked about it on the
I
podcast,
feel we talked about it. Yes, we did.
and
Yeah.
I don't know. When I shake my head, I'm like, after watching that original, I don't want a remake. I don't, but
Same here.
because I don't know if it will hit the same. And like I say, like there's something about those old 80s movies where you got the puppets, you got the animatronics and whatnot, and it just works. Now, if you try and redo that now, I don't know, something I feel like it's missing. If you use CGI, that's not gonna work, in my opinion. I don't know, just my opinion, man. It's just the era of those movies, the way it was shot, all that sort of stuff. I'm like, it works, and I grew up with that, and that's what I can accept. But with new age stuff, it's kind of like, man, I don't know if they remake it again. You're trying to capture a new audience. It might not be us. We're trying to capture new kids and stuff. So, I had an interesting conversation with a friend, Jude, who's a massive Jackie Chan fan, and he's
Mm.
introducing his son to Jackie Chan, but he's like, gee, I have to introduce him to the new stuff because they're a bit more relatable, like Rush Hour and all that sort of stuff, just because we're shot before I take him to the whole Snake and the Eagle Shadow spiritual kung fu. That he won't be able to get into just because of the way he's shot and everything. And I'm like, you know what? It kind of makes sense. Like, I get where you're coming from because I really want my son to know Jackie Chan. I love Jackie Chan, but I can't. I know he won't get into those older ones, so I have to introduce him to the new ones and then make him fall in love with Jackie like the way I have, and then hopefully he'll go back and we'll start watching the old ones and stuff. So maybe that's the case. They're trying to capture the new audience and stuff. But yeah, Labyrinth, guys. I mean, if you haven't seen that, man, I mean another movie that just takes us back and again as an adult resonates so much more as an adult and it's always great to kind of revisit old movies and movies that we grew up with that kind of formed us and shaped us in regards to this podcast, you could say, you know what I mean, like,
Exactly.
and our perspectives around movies and stuff. So yeah, that's Labyrinth. Anything else on that, bro, before we finish up with some news?
No, finish up, bro.
All right, guys, let's finish up with some news. And guys, I'm checking again as usual the Brothers Geek Out YouTube channel. All the breaking news is on there, so I'm going to be reading everything off there basically. But let's kind of go through this. So first of all, I don't even know if we spoke about this, and this might be old news, man, because they probably announced it before, but I didn't think it was big news. Mark Ruffalo returns as Hulk in Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
No, we
Um,
didn't speak about it. So
we didn't
I
speak about.
so it's been confirmed, right?
Right, he's on IMDb and all that sort of stuff. So yes, it's
All
confirmed.
right.
So where is it? Trying to read this. Marvel fans, get ready. Mark Ruffalo is officially back as Bruce Banner, the Hulk in Spider-Man: Brand New Day. The film is directed by Destin Daniel Creton. Follows Tom Hardy's. We don't talk about that, man. Yeah, but anyway, it's Mark Ruffalo's back as a Hulk. I mean, this is gonna be an interesting Spider-Man, bro. This is what makes this Spider-Man movie fun. You got Hulk coming back. You got the Punisher. You got Scorpion. I mean, this is gonna be a fun Spider-Man movie, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with Hulk, but just to see Hulk, Punisher, Spider-Man all in one movie. I mean, come on, man. This is the shit that gets me excited, man. So I'm looking forward to that so much, man.
No, 100%. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, all right. The other news was on the Marvel front was I wanted to speak about this because you brought up it was Marvel's new Ultimate Universe is ending already. So it's a comic universe that they built, an Ultimate
Okay.
Universe, and it's ending already in the sense, and they're talking about possibly an end game type of ending, big battle or whatnot. And people were saying that it just started, but this is what I was reading. This is what I'm saying. Like this is what I was just reading. It was saying it may be ending the reboot. It was a reboot of the Ultimate Universe just 2 years in, and fans are buzzing apparently with Avengers Endgame style teasers and multiverse vibes. Is this the final chapter of the Ultimate Peter Parker and Ultimates? And then
Hmm.
yeah, so I mean that's what it looks like. People say it just started, but maybe it's just I mean, it looks like it's ending this chapter. So I don't know. I have to be honest with you. I haven't followed this comic series or anything, this Ultimate series. So it is coming to an end. They're looking to do like a finale comic and stuff like that. So that's that. Have you followed it? I haven't followed it, to be honest.
I haven't, bro. I haven't. I haven't. It's something that I need to look into because I only feel like I've only recently heard about it.
Yeah, I just heard about it because they posted it on the Marvel stuff. So the comics for me, unless you follow the right channels or whatnot, they don't get as much attention. Like I feel like Marvel, I mean, obviously you got to follow a specific social media page or whatever to get all the updates on the comics, but they're a bit more harder to follow.
No,
But
definitely.
anyway, I didn't even bring this up. I should have brought this up whilst we were talking about Spider-Man. What do you think of his new suit, bro? There's been a whole thing about his new suit, a little intro to his suit. I mean, what do you think?
Very good, bro, man. Very good. You're going back classic. You're giving us that comic book look and feel that we absolutely love and adore. Like, I mean, the fact that they shot in Glasgow, I wish I had the time to go up there to get some photos. And like, I feel like there's too much already out there for the movie. Like,
That,
we, it,
bro,
that's my only thing. There's too
I'm
much
gonna
out there.
I've started unfollowing a few pages, man, because it's becoming spoilers. I've seen Punisher's battle van. I'm like, fuck, I didn't even need to see that.
Yeah,
Like,
why?
I'm getting spoilers on. Oh, this is what the making looks like. This is what they're shooting. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even want to see this, man. So I'm not
So
gonna
I've
lie,
deleted a lot.
bro.
I've unfollowed a lot of people. But it's exciting as a fan. Like I did put out a video out there saying that it's exciting as a fan, but then it's spoilers for a fan.
It
It's worse than a
is.
trailer. It's promo for a movie that comes out next year, and I already know some of the plot line on what's going on. I'm not a big fan of that, and that's why I've unfollowed a lot of accounts. But they've brought out some great images, which has got me creative, doing some things as well.
Yeah.
But the suit looks amazing. The suit looks amazing. I'll keep everything else apart. But yeah, anybody who puts up stuff, man, good night.
Yeah,
Unfollow.
well, I don't mind pictures of the set and stuff like that, but there's certain things I don't want to see. Like, show me Spider-Man, cool, but like I said, I didn't want to see Punisher's battle van. I wanted to be excited to see it in the show, in the movie, man. So
I
I don't
think that's
know.
what they ruined though, like putting those
I
images
think,
out there of the like they don't have to show us the streets and the battles and
yeah. And
all
also,
anyway,
like,
well
I'm seeing Punisher, like, oh, this is what Punisher looks like these Punisher channels that I'm following. Oh, Punisher, this is what his new skull looks like. This is what his new face looks like, his new beard. And I'm like, man, I actually don't want to see that until the first trailer comes out, and then I'll back off. Like, all these fans are like posting the pictures around, and I'm like, man, I don't want to see that, man. It's too much now. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. I could sit here complaining about it all the time. Invincible um, gets an early season 5 renewal ahead of season 4. Very successful show, great comic book animation adaptation. I really got it's such a good show. It's one of those ones where I'm following. I think they got so much potential to give us more, and it's become such a great franchise. Talk about a new superhero that's almost like Superman, but they're able to pull it off because it's hard, man, introducing new characters, and new superhero characters. But when you
100%, hundred
when you're able to
percent.
pull it off, I think that's pretty good. I skipped a few things. How the hell did I get to Invincible? I skipped a few things. All right, well, let me put that back here. All right, so that's Invincible 5. I should have carried on with the Marvel vibe. So real quick, guys, Thunderbolts is out. It's out on Disney Plus on August 27th. So if you haven't seen it in cinema, it's out on digital anyway. You can rent it, but out on Disney Plus on August 27th. So you'll be able to watch it there. Superman is out on digital. You can
Yep.
rent it. It's rentable and whatnot. I think on digital. When they say it's out on digital, that means you can rent it. It doesn't mean it's out on one of their streaming platforms for free. So you can rent Superman now, which I'm looking forward to watching again. I do want to watch that again. So that is excitable. All right, let's move on to this one. Where are we at? All right, Assassin's Creed. Netflix has officially greenlit a live action Assassin's Creed series in partnership with Ubisoft and Emmy nominated creator Roberto Patino, Westworld and Sons of Anarchy, and David Weiner, Halo, Brave New World are on board as showrunners, writers, and executive producers. Described as a high-octane thriller, the show explores the secret war between two factions, one seeking the control of humanity's destiny, the other fighting to preserve free will. Across multiple pivotal historical periods, themes like power, identity, vengeance, and connection drive the narrative. This marks the first live action series of Ubisoft's 2020 deal with Netflix, following in its footsteps of the acclaimed animated adaptation like Captain Hawk and Rabbids Invasion. No release dates yet, or cast has been revealed yet, but production is underway. So, for all you Assassin's Creed fans, that movie that came out with, was it Fassbender back in the day?
Michael Fassbender, yeah.
I watched that,
Fassbender.
yeah, it was okay. I'm not a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed games. I've played the first one, and that's it. Ashraf is a huge fan. So I guess for gamers who enjoy the game, hopefully they kind of live up to those expectations. But one thing I do like about the game is that they do go through historical moments on Earth and just kind of make a story around that, of history of
Which is
which is always
good,
kind
which
of
is
great.
good.
Yeah.
I think the visuals have always been great. Just again, I'm not I don't think I can go through. I'm not good with games no more like I used to be. Bro, I've been playing Capcom's Punisher on my little gaming device. That's all
Ooh,
I can play, bro, which is really good. It's like Streets of Rage, but a Punisher version. But I'm stuck on this one boss that I just cannot. He keeps killing me. Uh,
oh, that's jokes. That's jokes.
Hold on, let me
I
just
do want
double
to play
check on the
that.
kids. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I do want to play that. But anyway, let me carry on with the news. Stephen Yao, we were talking about Invincible earlier. I messed up the rotation and whatnot. But anyway, Stephen Yeun, who plays the voice of Invincible, it is him, right? Yes, it's him. cast as the adult Zuko, in the Legend of Aang, the Last Airbender. So he's the character who can play around with fire and stuff like that. For I'm sure Airbender fans, Last Airbender fans will know. But he's playing the adult version voice of that. So Stephen Yao will voice the adult Zuko in the upcoming animated movie, The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender. This film is part of a planned trilogy featuring the gang Aang, Katara, Sokka, Toph, and Zuko as adults. Yeun known for his role as Avatar 1 in the legendary Korra, is returning to the Avatar universe, and fans couldn't be more excited. So that's for your Avatar fans out there. Yeah. All right, let's move on.
I still need to watch that. So anime,
That
I know they're like in thousands of episodes. I heard the Netflix show was amazing.
I
That's something
enjoyed
that I
it.
need to make some time and watch. I still need to finish off. I still need to finish off One Piece because I know season 2's starting, and that was actually really good.
That was good
It's
as
just
well.
timing. People on TikTok are saying hello to you, bro.
Oh, what's up? What's up, people? Can they hear me? I don't know if they can hear me.
They can't hear you, so I do want to get the stream to do it on here because people do watch. So shout outs to Brooke and Powell and Alara. Please look after Nia. Oh no, they've started into beef. You continue with the news. I'll be right back. I'll be
All right,
right
bear
back.
news, bear beef, bear beef. I'll finish off with the news. Let's carry on. Zelda. Zelda have cast their Princess Zelda and Link. And that is, and forgive me for butchering names, as I always do, but Bo Bragason and Benjamin Anisworth. So Bo Bragason, I'm not familiar with these people, and I think they're young and new and whatnot. I'm sure they've done some stuff. Is going to be Zelda, Princess Zelda, and Benjamin is going to play Link
Okay.
in the live action Zelda movie. So Nintendo's officially cast these characters or these actors as Zelda and Link in the upcoming live action adaptation of Zelda, The Legend of Zelda, set to debut in theaters on May 7th, 2027. That date might change, but May 2027 when it's scheduled. Bob Bragason brings prior experience playing young Luna Ferreira in Kingsgrave Final Fantasy 8. No, what is that? Final Fantasy 15, resonating with her new raging role. Anisworth is, man, I'm probably messing this up. I thought Bro was the anyway. Anisworth is known for his role. Sorry. Anisworth is known for his role in Pinocchio, the hunting by Bly Minor, the son of Cringe. Sir Shinjiro Miyamoto announced that casting of Nintendo's official social media on Nintendo's official social media, along with first look of costumes, directed by Wes Ball. The film is co-produced by Nintendo, Sony, and Avi Arrade's production team. So there's a lot there I'm reading for everyone. Anyway, that's Zelda and Link have been cast, basically. That's the news. I wish I had better reading abilities, but it is what it is. All right. This is a fun one for you Dragon Ball fans, and this is one of my favorite animes, Dragon Ball Z. To celebrate Dragon Ball Z's 40th anniversary, a store has opened in Japan, Tokyo, which I would love to visit, man. I know some of the boys are going to Japan, man. It's been 10, is it 10 years? 10 years. No, 15 years, I think it is, since we went to Japan together. Anyway, to celebrate its 40th anniversary, Dragon Ball is launching the world's first official permanent store in Tokyo this fall, 2025, marking a historic moment for fans worldwide. Expected exclusive limited edition goods available only at this flagship location. Stay tuned for more details. It will be in Tokyo in Japan. Man, any Dragon Ball fans, man, around the world, I mean, especially in Japan, but around the world, you go there, you're going to go to that store, man. This is how great those animes are because they bring like tourism to Japan and business to the stores and stuff like that, which is awesome. So that's pretty cool. Playing the game now.
That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I got back into the game. I just left laying there because I got into Wukong. So I got back into Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero and trying to play that game. It's actually really fun. I just don't have the bandwidth for video games. Anyway, next one is Netflix. Oh, this is jokes, bro. You're gonna love this one. Netflix is bringing back Captain Planet, the Planeteers as a live action series developed by Ballatini Productions and Leonardo DiCaprio's Apane Way with Tara Hernandez, Miss Davis writing. But Captain Planet, bro, live action, and this ain't no Don Cheadle spoof or skit or whatnot. This is proper Captain Planet. This is gonna be awesome, bro. I know you guys cussed me about being in Captain Planet era, but Captain Planet was come on, that was awesome, bro. Captain Planet was
Captain
awesome,
Planet,
bro.
bro. A live action of Captain Planet.
Let's
Man,
go.
I don't know. I still think they should leave it alone, but I'm still excited. If they do a Captain Planet, I'll be super happy. Somebody used to cuss me back in the day that I used to be the Mexican in that.
Who was he? Earth or something? I can't remember. No,
Earth, yeah. No,
was he
yeah, he
Earth?
was Earth. Yeah. Like, what does
Listen,
Earth do, man?
it was a very eco-friendly, diverse show, man. You had people from all
100%.
around the world working together to make the world a better place, get rid of pollution and all this sort of stuff. And Captain Planet was that superhero. I mean, that's pretty cool. Listen, as a kid, I was in. I mean, like I'm no eco-friendly dude now, but that was a nice eco-friendly, diverse show that was just put on me, and I'm a fan, and it works for me, man. Captain Planet live action show. Let's see what they do with it. I mean, look, I don't know what they're gonna do with it. If they're gonna make it gritty, if they're gonna make it child friendly, whatever. But you've got so much story to tell with the way the world is these days. So we'll see how it goes. But the reboot imagines the eco superhero team for today's world, which is interesting, blended action, character drama, and environmental themes while maintaining the spirit of the original. No cast or anything has been released yet. Filming is expected to start in 2026. Ah man, with today's world, let's see what they do with it, bro.
No, I'd be interested to see what they do. Give me a second. The door just went off.
All right.
Yeah.
Next is Meet the Parents 4 has been not just announced, but they announced the title is going to be called Fockers In-Law, as his surname is the Fockers, which is interesting. I think Ariana Grande is in this movie. They announced with the original cast, Robert De Niro, Ben Stiller. Um, I do enjoy the other ones, I do enjoy those. So this one's called Meet the Fockers. No, sorry, so this one's called Fockers in Law, which should be fun and interesting. All right, let's move on to what else we got here. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Okay. Star Wars: A New Hope. So for Star Wars: A New Hope 50th anniversary, it's going to be released in theaters. A re-release set for 2027 for its 50th anniversary. So if you ever wanted to watch that movie in cinema, and I'm sure it's going to
No.
attract a lot of fans, especially with all the original Star Wars fans loving that and kind of hating the new stuff coming out. Not hating all the new stuff, but some of the new stuff. But for his 50th anniversary, bringing it back into cinema, I would love to go watch that in cinema, man. So I hope it's. I know this is more US news, US centric focus. Hopefully, it's a global release because I would love to go back and watch that in the cinema, which would be pretty damn awesome. So guys, keep in mind Star Wars: A New Hope 50th anniversary will be released in cinemas again in 2027. On that note, you do have Batman. Tim Burton's Batman would also be releasing. Oh, basically, I lost it in cinemas and theaters again for its what anniversary is this? Tim Burton's Batman. All right. So anyway, Tim Burton's Batman will be releasing in cinemas again for fans to watch it in cinemas. So raising the bat signal, Tim Burton's iconic films Batman 1989 and Batman Returns 1992 are soaring back to theaters for one night exclusive event on August 25th, 2025. So that will be next week, Monday, when this podcast is released. So hopefully people, I mean, it's on the Brothers Geek Out news. So hopefully you're following that and then you'll see that already, the news already. But if you've seen the podcast live now, go watch it. It should be out in cinemas. But again, it might be more US centric that they're bringing it out. It says in Dolby version, and atoms for the first time. So it's all like Dolby and Atmos is like sound and everything. But they are enhancing the picture quality and the immersive sound and deeper intensity of every Gothic rooftop. Um, so yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Across the theaters in the US, yeah. So if you're watching this from the US, it's relevant to you. If not, then lose because we don't get as much out here. All right. Nice
We
tribute, man,
will.
that New York City has honored Jack Kirby, man, with his name as on two street names. I was just trying to find it. I don't know what
Oh
I'd
man,
done
that's
with it.
amazing. Look, listen, man, Jack Kirby, man, that guy is the king of comic book artwork and stories. He needs all the praise that he gets. And we've seen quite a lot of it at the moment, which is absolutely amazing. So great to see that he's getting the love that he deserves. And yeah, absolutely well deserved, man. Go on, you have to put your head down, lad. You have
Yeah,
to
it's
rest.
called like Kirby Way, and I think one of them's got like the Fantastic Four logo to like represent Fourth Street or something in New York
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
But really cool tribute to Jack Kirby. And yes, he deserves so much because I know Stan Lee's out there, but it should be side by side. And I think these days he's getting his name more out
No,
there.
no, it's good. It's good.
So
Him,
so
him, and like creators like Bill Finger are starting to get more recognition in the work they do in the comic book industry and what they created as well, which is so important. And like, listen, man, they were the marketing guys, like people like Stanley and Bob Kane. They were the face of the characters and the medium. But the creators, I'm glad that the creators and a lot more artists and a lot of creators are getting that love as well. What's up? Let's get into bed. All right, give me a second without
yeah.
showing her
All right.
face.
The next thing, just to finish up real two quick other news is, and then we'll finish off basically. So all right. For boxing fans, Prince Naseem specifically, Prince Naseem Hamid, who's a legendary. I mean, man, this guy's style, and I don't know I don't think he gets as much credit as he deserves, but his style of boxing was amazing at his time. He's getting his own movie, man. The legend returns to the big screen. The Prince Naseem Hamid biopic Grant Giant will be released early 2026 across the US. Theaters starring Amir Al-Amasi as the flamboyant boxer superstar and Bronson as his legendary trainer,
Pierce
Brendan.
Brunson.
Yeah,
Who's Pierce Brunson, bro?
Pierce Bronson. Bronson. Did I say Bronson? What did I say? Bronson. Um, as his legendary
Brosnan.
trainer. Yeah.
Pierce
Brendan
Brosnan.
Ilgal. Yeah, fuck Bruce Brosnan. Let me finish this off, man. Fuck it.
Sorry.
Let it go, bro. Let it go. Jesus Christ. Um, where was I, man? Anyway, he's playing his legendary trainer, Brendan Ingle. The power underdog story of the is executive produced by none other than Sylvester Stallone. That's the part I was trying to get to. Stallone is involved in this project. So expect electric entrance, raw emotions, and a rise of one of boxing's most iconic showmen. I agree with that. Man, his brother's from Yemen. He was very flamboyant. His style, his dancing. I mean, this dude was dancing in the boxing ring, just very flamboyant and whatnot. And he was just amazing at what he did. His movement was just unbelievable. I don't think he gets as much credit as he should do as a boxer. So Prince Naseem, man, I'll definitely be interested in watching this. I love watching some of his highlight reels because it's just absolutely fluid the way he used to box and whatnot. So look out for his one, 2026. And lastly, for UFC fans, UFC has found its new home on Paramount, man. A $7.7 billion 7-year deal was announced the other day. So the UFC will now be living on Paramount next year. I think it's starting from next year. So they're getting rid of the pay-per-view model. And for fans, I mean, this will open up things to like huge fans, man, like, to the world of not just of MMA, and obviously the brand of the UFC and whatnot. But if you're a fan of the sport, man, now you don't have to buy the pay-per-view models that came out or whatnot. You just subscribe to Paramount, which is what, I don't know, a couple of 10 whatever dollars a year, sorry, a month. And you get all the Paramount shows like, South Park and whatever, like Mobland and all this sort of stuff, right? And then you get the UFC. Every UFC event will be on that, bro. These high level pay-per-view fights, man. So for the next 7 years, $7 billion is a crazy amount. They've been giving him $1 billion a year for them to host it on Paramount. And I just think it opens up so much, man. I mean, it doesn't affect me. I think it's more for US. Like for me, I got the Arabic channel here that I watch it on Star Plus or
Yeah.
whatever. But in the US, I think maybe in Europe, I don't know, Europe they might show on BT Sports, I think, in UK. But if you're in the US, man, you just buy Paramount, you get all the content from Paramount, and now you can watch all the UFCs, and it just opens up that. And it's an amazing deal. As a UFC fan, as an MMA fan, I'm excited for them. To be honest, I just like to see the business grow. We just got a new champion, Hamzat Chimaev, yesterday. He fought for the middleweight champion, just dominating fashion. I mean,
Palestinian, bro,
alhamdulillah.
yeah?
No, he's not Palestinian. Bilal Muhammad is a Palestinian brother.
Yes, that's right. Bilal, yeah.
But Chimaev obviously supports Palestinians. He's Muslim from Chechnya. He was on
Yep.
the way-in screaming out "Allahu Akbar" and scaring everyone, which is hilarious. But he's, they called him the evil Khabib and whatnot. But man, listen, the fight was exciting and it was very dominant, man, from a control perspective. Some people are trying to call it boring, but professional fighters, and I agree with them, obviously, I'm not professional or whatnot, but they're like, if you don't like wrestling, don't watch the sport. You're casual if you find it boring. And that's true. I agree with that. I mean, like the fact that he was able to control the world champion for over 20, it's a 25-minute fight. He controlled it for nearly 21 minutes, 22 minutes, and he was able to control him and dominate with a wrestling controller. It's unbelievable. Every fight, but every round, he took him down within the first 30 seconds. The first takedown was within the first 10 seconds. It's unbelievable, his wrestling. Anyway, new champion, middleweight champion. Alhamdulillah, it's great to see him as champion. He trains in Dubai. He represents UAE. He trains in the same gym that I used to go to, and I won't be going back to that gym for a while after my neck injury. But I see him there all the time training. But it's great that we've got a new champion there. But yeah, anyway, that was the big UFC news that I wanted to finish with, man. And that
No, that's
is
cool.
the news for today, man. That is it, man. I mean, long podcast, guys. Loads of reviews, loads of updates, loads of news as usual. Again, we're always here trying to find the time to kind of capture this news and talk about it, man. You know what I mean? Like, I wish we had more time. I wish it was like the full-time job so we could sit here for hours and just talk about it. But that's not the reality of the case, and everything has to come to an end. So that is the end, man. Anything else, Kibler, you want to add before we do shut it down?
No, listen, man. I think that's it. I think we've got there's quite a lot of things happening at the moment now with the podcast itself. Shout out to everybody who's joined in as well. Loads of new people on TikTok, loads of new people on YouTube. Guys, make sure you check out the YouTube. All the breaking news is on there. But plus, we post what we do on the community page as well, so you guys can follow what we're up to on the community page. Shout out to everybody who's joined us on TikTok, X. Actually, Threads have been growing. I'm thinking I'm getting rid of X. I'm fed up of X. And TikTok, massive thank you. I've said that 3-4 times already. Instagram, shout outs to you guys as well. We've had an influx of people joining in on the podcast, and I can't thank you guys enough. You guys have been absolutely amazing. You guys have supported us on our journey. Now, listen, I've always said I wanted to start a Patreon page where you guys can get exclusive content from us. We don't do that anyway. We give you all the exclusives anyway. The only thing that I ask for is please donate to medical aid for the people of Palestine. Gaza and West Bank are going through the worst phase of this war at the moment now. We have seen a dehumanization that is being accepted around the world like nothing at the moment now. And it jars the hell out of me. I saw some stuff this week that broke my heart, man. Like, I know I've got my own issues and my own problems I'm going through, but nothing compared to watching a kid taking his last breath. I would fight somebody, honestly. I would fight somebody because of what's happening at the moment now. So, fuck you to the Zios out there. I just want to say that. That's another one as well. But other than that, on a positive note, listen, with all the things that's going on, please donate what you can. The link's in the description as well, and they're on our social media pages as well. So please donate wherever you can. Every little counts, and it will help a Palestinian soul, whether they're here or not here. It will help somebody. Please keep them in your prayers. I don't care who you pray to or what religion you are. Please keep the Palestinian people, the people of Congo, the Uyghurs in China, Sudan, in your prayers, please, in your minds, keep them in the forefront of your minds. I know we're going through our own mental health issues as well at the moment. So click on the links below, do what you can. But other than that, massive thank you to everybody. More to come, more to come. I know I've slowed down a little bit. I'm going to take a step back. Sis has been going to see some movies as well. So shout outs to Atia for covering those movies. She enjoyed Weapons. I think it was Naked Gun I saw,
We
which
need
was
her
really good as
to
well.
see if she could record some reviews for us, man. Like,
We do,
you
we
know,
do, we do.
yeah,
Everything all
rather
right?
than just we're just doing
What
the
happened?
text right now, but it'd be
What are you
great to
smiling
see
for?
if she can do actual, content
We'll
reviews.
get on there. We'll get on there. But anyway, yeah, guys, as always, love you loads. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. And I will catch you up on the next episode.
All right, we out. Peace.
Peace.